Silk is out some. I need to go on to, I guess, do not disturb. I think I can still go on the internet
Yep,
if I
T
do that.
Fitty said F off, y'all.
Huh?
I said there's not gonna be a T Fitty sighting, I'm assuming.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really reach out this time.
Mm,
Uh,
I don't blame you.
I mean, like if he wants to hop on, that's cool. But it still
It's pretty
says
cool you don't have to send me a new link every time. I was kind of surprised by that. So I could just get on the one from last time.
yeah,
It's actually pretty nice. It's like I could bookmark this.
yeah. That is pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty cool little.
Yeah.
I mean, I pay for it, but it's a pretty cool app.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't see my live feature on the old ticker talker.
Oh no.
Oh wait, I'm on the wrong
Oh
one.
god.
That's
I was like, oh
I was
that.
like, what did I do
Yeah,
now?
posting TikToks. I haven't been on there.
No, I've really been just kind of. They've broke my heart. We're gonna say Tennessee loses again.
Oh yeah, I'm pulling up the stats.
No, I did the research. Okay, let me. All right, I'm gonna go prop this up.
Yep. Wait, does that mean TikTok's live now? Was that for TikTok?
Now we just got to get the old ticker talker pulled up so I can see what's going on. Ooh, probably should have charged the iPad up, but I guess we'll be all right.
Not showing that TikTok's live.
Yeah,
Did you start it?
I did.
Maybe mine's just stupid. Oh, there. Okay, it's there now. All right.
I do need to. Oh, let's see here. Uh huh. Uh huh. Oh, is it rotated it though?
What?
Is yours like weird though?
No. Mm-mm. No, my phone. It
I
looks
mean, I'm not
fine.
gonna rotate it, but
Oh, yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
I'm gonna end it and bring it back once.
Click widescreen. Mr. Call. What's up? Bam, 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 bam.
I think it did it again, but it'll just have to stay that way. Braden Miller's on. What's up, buddy? Just awful. Something got to change. Yeah, we're going to talk about some basketball here in a second, buddy. I had stepped away. Sorry I didn't see your message.
Yeah.
It's a painful subject, but we are going to talk about it. Let me see if I can. I got to quit breathing into the mic. Does it show it's live?
Oh yeah. I just liked it 1,000 times for you.
Ooh. Because you're the best. I'm going to have to rotate it, though, I guess, because it's like vertical for some reason.
Bum,
I guess I'll just prop it up. Ooh, look, I'm doing it too. Ha 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 ha.
There we go.
Oh, Braden says something just off or just awful. Something's got to change. Changes.
Understatement of the year.
Yes.
Yeah, it's rough.
Let's bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Oh, you got anything on your list you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about the pullovers that the coaches wear.
Okay.
They're banging, and I need one.
Oh,
Did
you're
you
one of
see them?
them's. I
Did you see
mentioned
them?
them.
They
What
look.
up? Scam free zone. I like that. What up? Caution flag contemplations.
Who's that guy? Is that
Who's
a
that
White Claw?
dick?
Is that
No,
a White Claw?
it
Please be
is
like
a.
energy drink. Monster.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought I had one more in the fridge, and I was really planning on
Oh,
drinking
you
that
know what?
tonight.
I am gonna get some alcohol.
Oh
You just
yes.
keep the peeps entertained for a second.
All right.
By the way, you like my Chewbacca shirt?
Boss Man 615. I thought we were supposed to have Tennessee gear on, but I'll give you a pass.
I do.
I can't see it though.
Why? Because it's camo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get alcohol.
Yeah, we're gonna need that
Boss Man
tonight.
615.
Yeah, Boss Man. What's up, Boss Man?
Oh, what do we have?
615. Is that Nashville? I think that's Nashville. Pretty sure. I've been there a time or two. You know. In fact, I think my boss man was gonna be in Nashville today, so that's actually kind of funny. But yeah, you know. Jack of all trades. That's what I'm talking about. Phew. Everybody enjoying the Big Drew show. Oh no, Drew, no. Check this. Check.
By the way, Casper, I can't hear you, buddy.
I know you can't hear me where you're at, but is your live frozen?
Oh man,
Drew,
I do feel like we should just be a comforting spirit to the people.
think
Did you hit up Tennessee football 247? How many times are we gonna lose to the buzzer 3? That was pretty daggum rough.
is
Jack
the
of all
video
trades is
frozen on
on.
your
Ron
live?
from Bama's on. What'd you say?
Is the video frozen on your live? It's still showing email to show.
It could be.
The sounds right, but
Yeah, not sure what's up with that.
yeah, me either. Yeah, I was trying to talk to the people, but I couldn't read it because I couldn't tell if it was updating or not. I was like,
Well, TikTok, if you're on TikTok, you should be able to read the messages still, if there are any. But the screen does look like it is. But see, on Restream, we can still read the messages.
I can
Bridge
see
Boys joined.
screen.
Yeah, let me see if I can refresh this somehow without ending the live on TikTok. BRB, entertain the people.
People.
No, it's what the
Did y'all enjoy that game today? I know you all did. Alonzo Taylor, what's up?
Facebook's being a bunch of commie bastards. I'm back.
All right.
Don't delete TikTok because it's banned in the U.S. Tennessee football 247 says. Oh, I guess I could show the chat to the peeps.
Yeah.
On TikTok
is way behind tonight, bro.
More behind her than usual.
Yeah, on my TikTok, you just walked away. I think that's why it's weird. I don't know. You're back now.
Yeah. Well, they are hearing the screen share, so what they are hearing is still correct.
Yeah.
Alonzo, my good buddy. Go Vols! I still can't believe that. I know, dude. Twice, man. Twice!
We cried. We all cried. I cried. Did y'all cry?
I mean, I didn't cry, but I didn't feel good. The last time I drank this lemon drop moonshine was a very sad day for me. This was after the South Carolina law when I got just absolutely screwed up. I was pounding whatever I had, which was lemon drop and watermelon moonshine and regular moonshine. And that was like the sickest I'd gotten in a long, long time. I think I pounded peanut butter. No, it was lemon drop and peanut butter moonshine.
Yeah,
I think.
I remember you said something about it because you got the one with the dog on it, and I always get screwball.
Yeah, and yeah, so you talk. I mean, as sick as a DAWG, and then had to take Christmas pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I can.
Like, are you okay? And you're like, yes.
I'm like, I just make it stop. Let me see if I'm gonna see if I can pull up a picture of that for the people. Gotta do it for the gram.
You do that for the gram, for the people.
Alonzo had a heart attack. Alonzo is a good buddy of mine, hardcore Vols fan. He hops on here all the time. But yes,
nice to meet you, Alonzo.
And we're gonna get into it a little bit, but to see us get back. I'm back from 17. Vescovi's stroking it. Ziegler stroking it. My boy Plotchich was on the bench, but we went with a smaller lineup. But to see us just come from 17 from behind, and then you're like, gotta be quicker than that. Like, that was rough. Tennessee football 247 says my sister had TikTok. Manal. Am I reading that right, Casper? Manal. She can't download it back. That's weird. Hi, I want to offer your promotion for your channel.
Ooh.
Thanks, but no thanks. We don't need no promotions.
Kiss this.
I mean, thanks for the offer, but no, thank you. We don't do that. That's like being struck by lightning twice in 5 days. Yep, you're not wrong, Alonzo. By the way, those on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, TikTok messages do not show. Still don't have the stream key yet. Sore subject. But yes, that's rough.
Sore.
Alonzo, buddy, that was rough, man. I mean, literally. So okay. I mean, I guess we're kind of unofficially in this thing. Welcome to. I'm just going to go ahead and do an intro, and I'll probably just back the audio up a little bit or do a delayed intro. But welcome to the Little Tangerine Show. We are live tonight with my buddy Casper, who is just absolutely killing it on the backdrops now. Low and slow, baby. You went from sitting in front of a bunch of just nasty, dirty plastic containers to, it looks like a damn boom room behind you or something. It looks sexy. I gotta give you credit.
Good boy.
But yes, we are live. Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. All the streams are up. I'm chatting with my buddy Alonzo. Longtime Vols fan. Braden was on here a minute ago. Shout out. If you guys want to hear the shout out, it'll be on the podcast. But yeah, pretty rough. By the way, we do have a website now, www.bigdrewski.com. That is what that little promotion thing was. If you want to email the show, not only is there a QR code at the top that you can scan in the top left corner, or you can just go to www.bigdrewski.com/contact. You can, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor here, but you can send us an email. You can also scroll on down. You can subscribe, and then you can leave a voicemail for the show if you'd like to do that. Hey, we're getting pretty technical up in here, up in this piece.
Yeah, you might not look like a smart redneck, but by God,
I may not be a smart man, but I know what Brandon is. All right, let's get back to the messages. Lonzo says, we've got Bama Wednesday in Knoxville. We finally get good at basketball, and Bama they can't let us have nothing. Can't have nothing nice up in this. I'm trying to watch my language. But, yeah, I mean, freaking A, dude. I mean, we get good at basketball, then they're like, nope. Can't have no joy in life. I'm waiting on them to, spank us in baseball and everything else too. But
no.
But Lonzo says we got Bama Wednesday in Knoxville.
Nope.
I mean, this is, So, okay, this is what I started to say earlier. So, positives, getting into the show notes. For those of you who do not know, the Vols lost yet again on a buzzer beater in just absolutely heartbreaking fashion. They lose to Mizzou 86-85. At least Mizzou's a halfway decent team. Losing on a buzzer beater to Bandy really was a swift, just absolute kick in the huevos there. Losing to Mizzou is halfway decent. I think they showed a stat during the game. They're like 8th or something in offensive efficiency. We're 64th, but we're first in defensive efficiency. But yeah, some positives. Vescovi and Ziegler were stroking it. They were looking pretty good. Seen some good stuff from Key as well. We'll get into some stats and stuff here in a minute, but he was looking pretty good. Comwa, he's been pretty, playing a lot better later. And then there's a Knoxville boy that hopped in there, Edwards. I hadn't seen much of him, but he looked pretty good hand on the ball and stuff. But yeah, I seen some stuff that I like. We were, driving the ball a little bit more. Wasn't hesitating quite as much. We were getting to the free throw line today, which was nice. We couldn't do that last week. Seen some stuff I liked. Seen some stuff I didn't like, but Casper, what'd you have in your notes? I'm gonna check out the chat here.
Yeah, we played pretty much like a fiery load of garbage there to start the game off, and ended up going small, which I know is against Big Drewski's belief to play small. But
yeah, I got pretty fiery on the podcast episode the other
I
day
listened
because
to
I'm
your
like,
podcast today,
dish it to Vitch. Why are
and
we
I was
not
like,
dishing it to Platchich?
yeah, and they started the game with him down there, and then
Honestly, Barnes, I mean, he made the right call going small. I mean, yes, I am a big fan of Plachich. I think if you listen to that podcast the other day where I came unhinged a little bit, I think he's probably one of the most underrated centers possibly in college basketball, but we're not going to get into that. But, I mean, honestly, Barnes made the right call. He went small. We started chipping away, coming back. Things were looking good until they wasn't. Alonzo says, we got Bama Wednesday in Knoxville. The Tide's number 3 in the country. Absolutely, Missouri is a good basketball team. Kentucky is on the bubble. They lost to Georgia. Did you see that?
I saw the score. I didn't watch the game.
Yep, same here. Yeah. I mean, what a weird time to be alive. We're finally good at basketball, and we're still not. Kentucky.
Hey, welcome to the Tennessee fandom, boys and girls.
I know us losing back to being ranked in the top 10, losing on 2 buzzer beaters in a row. Not only that, but losing 4 games now to unranked SEC teams that we were heavily favored in is the ballsiest Vols thing that the Vols basketball team could do.
Yeah, I mean,
it's tough.
So, as far as that unranked thing goes, so I watch more basketball today than I have in a while. Yeah, you get you some of that. Okay, so now we're 19-6, and Missouri is 19-6, and somehow they've got a 6 by Tennessee. So, definitely kind of curious.
I think we talked about it, but the basketball rankings are like a week behind, right?
Yeah, but still, I mean, but we're still going to be ranked, and they're not. So, I mean, they got to be close to edge. I just noticed the same thing today with the Carolina game. They're playing Clemson, like 1 game difference. It's just basketball so tight now that, difference in unranked, I don't, it's whatever. Clearly, we're not the best team. We're on a slump. But the thing that I really liked about the game today was the aggression. That was my key word of the second half was aggression, and that goes for offense and defense.
I mean, yeah, like we always bring it on. Like our defense is championship defense for sure. Alonzo says they're talking about Tennessee being a 5 seed because we're like we're a couple steps away from being in March Madness like full on. So we're getting into that stretch. But yeah, I mean, and I think we talked about it the last time we did a video episode, right? Aggression, getting to the hoop, not just like if we're gonna just clank up bad shots, let's at least like drive to the hoop and get close, maybe draw some fouls, which we did. So I don't know if somebody's listening, over there in the Tennessee basketball program.
I think Rick Barnes listens to you while he takes a shower.
Rick Barnes doesn't sleep; he waits. I once saw Rick Barnes slam a revolving door. It happened.
Yeah. But I mean, I really like that press that we kind of put on them there. At first, I did not like it because I'm a pretty hardcore believer in like let's press, not let's half press. And they weren't trapping at half court, and I got on my nerves a little bit. But I really think that's what brought us back in the game because it seemed like Missouri got worn down. So
we slapped that sticky D. We slapped that sticky Waffle House sticky menu sticky D on them.
No, it wasn't that syrup sticky, but it was enough to get them tired, and they weren't very deep, so it helped a lot. And
I mean, like I said, our defense is championship defense. It's just our offense. I mean, I've made it known, okay, that I think Plachich is kind of the key. I think we need to work through him a lot more. He takes up a lot of room, draws a lot of fouls. But if we're not going to run through Plachich and we're going to use our guards and stuff like that, I mean, but one thing that they were doing today is kind of what I've been talking about on the podcast and lives and all that. when we can get our guards in catch and shoot situations, they're lights out.
Yeah,
It's just
100%.
when they have to carry, they're struggling. So, but I mean, Key, took a lot of pressure off of Vescovi and Ziegler tonight.
Yeah.
He was knocking them down. We'll get into some
Came up
stats here in a
big.
second.
Big.
Willie Taylor says got to make free throws in the first half. Like they mean they will win the game. At the end of the game, missing free throws in the end hurts us for sure. The comment section is killing it. The comeback, love the effort. I mean, they were grinding, dude. I think you hit me up and you're like, because I think we were down by 17. And you were like, "Are you watching this shit?"
Yeah.
I was like,
I can't do this again.
That's
what I was thinking the whole time.
I put, what is it? It's not teardrop. Well, I mean, technically it's a teardrop, but it's the whatever.
I didn't look at it.
But it was basically like dot, side, dot. Yeah. Yes, I'm watching. And then we started. But I literally said, I don't remember word for word, but I was like, we're grinding it out or something. But I mean, they grinded it out. They showed some tournament grit. And honestly, dude, I almost think this team likes to just get down and dirty into like tight games. Like it's almost like they just get off on playing tight games. I don't know. But I mean, I liked what I seen from Key. Meshack was actually, I felt like, I don't know that he necessarily contributed a lot statistically, but him and Awaka was, I mean, they were big parts of the game too on defense and stuff. But not having Josiah Jordan James hurt, but I liked what I seen from the other guys. And to be honest with you, as much as I am a big Plotchich fan, I do think that, I don't know, maybe we keep this small lineup that we were working tonight. I mean, I think maybe we hit a stride with that. Maybe we go Adu at the center and then Awaka at the 4, Key. And I mean, it seemed to be working. Like, I don't know what the range of the basketball fans we have on here tonight, but it kind of reminds me of like a few years back when the Warriors, now this is pre-Steph Warriors, okay, but when they had, I think it was Al Harrington at the center, and then they had like Baron Davis and I don't remember the other guys, but they kind of went with that small lineup and they actually made a pretty good little run. But I don't know. I mean, maybe we found something tonight. Maybe we got lucky. I don't know. But Mizzou is a little bit better than they get credit for. I mean, literally looking at the stats right here, Mizzou and us were both 19-6 now. And I think the majority of those probably came in SEC play. But I feel a little bit better losing to Mizzou. That Vandy loss was rough. But, I mean, 2 buzzer beaters back to back.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
I mean, so, and I talked about it on the podcast, but Phillips last week probably should have dunked it. I don't think not dunking it was a terrible idea, but it's like, I mean, he's young. He's like is he a freshman? Freshman, sophomore?
His last name is Phillips. He can't dunk, trust me.
Let's see. So back to the comment section. Play needs to work inside out. LMAO. Bright side of things, I met Coach V today. Ooh. A little jealous of that.
Yeah.
Thanks. Good evening, fellows. Time to eat. Chat again later. Go Vols! Melissa coming in with the hearts. Plotchich, freshman. Sup, Melissa? Did you watch that Vols basketball game tonight? That's what we're talking about right now. That one hurt just a little bit. Actually, it hurt a lot, but, we're going to play it off like we're going to be able to function for a while. What's everybody doing today? This is a little bit more of kind of just a laid-back chat. I got my buddy Casper on here. Feel free to make him welcome and say what's up. Thank you guys for the likes. Appreciate that. Phillips is a freshman. That's what Willie says. Shotgun Willie sits around in his underwear. Shotgun Willie sits around it. I don't know if you actually sit around in your underwear, but if you want to sit around in your underwear tonight and drink a little bit, it's probably acceptable. Let's look at the old statisticals. I need like a screen that pops up when I say statisticals. It's like statisticals, testicles,
Yeah,
testicles,
that'd be nice.
testicles. So we went 24 of 53 from the field. They went 30 of 57. They shot 52.6%. We shot 45.3. 3-pointers, we were 42.9, which is lights out, but they were 53%. They hit
Ow! That hurts.
they they hit
Oh my
14, we hit
god.
12. I mean, dude, that's
Uh,
insane. Which
every
as I was watching it live, I knew that they were knocking them down, but to see
every
that
single time,
they
I
went
was like,
14,
"Ugh."
and it was with like we had our hands in their face. They were just
Yeah,
knocking them down at
yeah.
will.
It was. I mean, every time we'd hit one, they'd hit one right behind us. I was like, "Damn it! Come on now, can we just
Willie
catch a
says,
break?"
Willie says, sitting around in his underwear drinking sounds like a good time. Bourbon or beer tonight? It's probably going to
Both,
be bourbon.
both,
Casper says both, but he's a
both.
borderline alcoholic.
Shh.
A&M is taking it to LSU. Yeah, you said you have that pulled up, don't you?
Yeah, 46-30. Now, it was a lot worse there. At one point, I looked up, and it was, like, 22-4, 11 minutes into the game.
Jess Will, what up? Jess Will 81. You guys are freaking awesome tonight. I mean, I go live every Saturday, but
Oh, yeah.
it's so much nicer when you guys are here. I talked to Casper all week.
Yeah.
Brown played lights out. He really did. um, okay. Oh, one thing I did want to talk about, and this was not in my notes, but I just remembered. Anybody that watches me, you included, will know I'm not normally this guy. Okay. I've said this before 1,000 times. I don't want to be this guy that makes excuses and all that, whatever. Again, I never say this. Most of the time, I'm like, it's about even, yeah, whatever. But did anybody else think that Mizzou is just absolutely getting away with some chip shots tonight? Like, there was several times, and I was watching off the ball, but there were several times, man, I was seeing elbows and all kinds of stuff. Eventually, they kind of like let them play a little bit, but man, like especially, I think it was primarily in the first half. But like Vescovi was getting knocked around a little bit. Key, for some reason, I don't know if he's just really good at making it look like he's not flopping or what, but it seems like Key's always getting flopped around on the floor and not called. Um, but yeah, normally I'm not that guy, but dude, I swear I was watching it. I was like, God, they're getting chippy out there, son.
Yeah, my opinion is if Key needs to get knocked around to score 23 points, then let's get him knocked around the first 2 minutes every game because I don't know where he came from, but
I
oh,
mean,
man.
he's got a mustache, but if he'd grow his beard out a little bit, he probably would score 20 points a game. The mustache it's a nice touch, but we need a goat or something. Melissa says, "Who won the game?" Unfortunately, Vandy. See, I'm having flashbacks. Just we
Not the team in orange.
black
Hey,
and
it's
gold
black and gold
teams.
twice.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow,
That's
black and
what it is.
yellow.
It's because they had Wiz up there at the daggum LA Clash, and I watched it, and now that's all
Mm,
I can see is black and yellow, black and yellow.
yeah, I mean he brought that song back that we ain't heard in 14 years, and then just all of a sudden black and yellow teams just go off.
How did that song just drop off the face of the earth, by the way? It completely, like, it was a song, and it was a song, and it was gone.
Yeah, I don't know, but Mizzou beat us on another last second shot, 86-85. Sounds like a good time, bourbon or beer. I already read those messages. Brown played lights out. Read that one too. Jackson Griner. What is up, buddy? But yeah, I don't normally do that. Like, I don't normally say that, oh man, they were getting so chippy. They wasn't, but I mean, really, it was getting pretty chippy out there, like several times. And I felt like they missed a lot. But
Yeah, I mean, hey, me and you both talked about this, so we're all about physical basketball, so
yes.
I'm not gonna as long as it's the same both ways, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean I felt like it was kind of skewed a little bit. That was my issue, but total rebounds, we out rebounded them again.
Every
We
game,
out rebounded Vandy. We
every game.
we had 37 total rebounds. They had 24. Um, maybe we had more rebounds because we were getting our own. I don't know. Yeah, we had 15 offensive rebounds because they wasn't missing nothing from the 3-point line.
No.
Assists about even. We had 18. They had 15 blocks. We had 5. They had 2. We had 5 steals. They had 9. We had 10 turnovers. They had 7. We had 17 personal fouls. They had 24. So I mean, really, dude, on paper, I mean, it's a game that we should have won. They just grinded it out, man. I
Quick
mean,
comment about the fouls. Meshack, you said he put good minutes in earlier. You mentioned that. I like his stat line. 21 minutes. 4 personal fouls, 5 points. That's what I'm talking about. That's my kind of
yes,
basketball
bring in the
player right there.
intensity.
And
Bring
they
in the
counted. Most of them counted
intensity.
too. So that's what I'm
I
talking
mean,
about.
he had a pretty, I mean, nasty block at one point. I
Yep.
mean,
Yep.
he, him, and him and Awaka are kind of like the Splash Brothers from the old, Mighty Ducks movies. Like when they come in or whatever, or no, the Smash Brothers. They just come in and pardon my French, but they just come in and fuck shit up, and I love every second of it.
Awaka, I'm telling you, dude, this is the first time I've really got to watch, enough of a game, but Awaka, man, that guy right there, whew, I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's weird because so this team has not put it together yet.
Yeah.
Um, but like really talent wise and potential, this team actually has a lot riding for them.
Yeah.
I feel like, but it's just they just haven't.
Hadn't
I don't
found the
know if
game plan
it's.
yet. They just hadn't found it yet. They hadn't hit that sweet spot.
And that's what I've been saying. It's weird because like I feel like they are a championship team. Welcome back, Willie. I feel like that they
Look,
are a championship team, and that's what I've been saying is I don't know how they're going to put the pieces together, but it seems I don't know. Like I said, maybe they found something with this smaller lineup. Like as much as I love Plotchich, and I think that we're definitely underutilizing him. I don't know, dude. That small lineup, they just had something going tonight. Like that's the only way I know how to put it. Like they just had something going.
yeah.
But I mean, when you look at this lineup, so with the exception of Phillips. Oh wait, no, that's actually going by. The way Google does the stat line is really weird. But Comwa, 21 minutes, he had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 points. That's one of those things where when you look at his stats, doesn't look like he had much of an impact, but he actually had he was playing some solid D. I think he hit a 3-pointer at one point. Like he brought some intensity to the floor. Adu 20 minutes, 4 rebounds, 6 points. Same thing with him. Like for some reason, when either Kamwa and Adu or Kamwa and Awaka was in, it was just like they had something clicking. Phillips, only 10 minutes, 2 rebounds, 4 points. Vescovi, 36 minutes. My God, he logged some. I mean, literally,
Yeah.
because college basketball is what, 2 halves of 20
20,
minutes. So
40 minutes. He set
yeah,
up for
so
4 minutes. Yeah,
thirty.
that scares me a little bit, to be honest, but
Yeah,
3
36
behind,
minutes,
so he didn't have a
6.
choice.
He had 16 points, 5 rebounds. It's pretty good for a guard. Ziegler, 29 minutes, 11 points, 10 assists, so he got a double double. Key was the points leader for the Vols, 23 points in 31 minutes. He had 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Now, Meshack, Awaka, Plotchich, they only had Plotchich in for about 10 minutes. BJ Edwards was the guy that I was talking about from Knoxville. He actually he only played 6 minutes, but he got 4 points. I mean, that's what I was saying. Like he wasn't in long, but he had a little something something going. But Meshack and Awaka, when you look at their stat lines, nothing too crazy. I mean, they both scored 5 points. Meshack was in for 21 minutes. Awaka was in for 16. But Awaka, again, if he starts logging some minutes, he may actually average a double double. But 7 rebounds, 5 points. I think last week he had like I want to say it was like 9 rebounds and 8 points or something. But I mean, that one play though, dude. I mean, kind of like what am I trying to say? Reminiscent of some old Dennis Rodman when he was like diving out of bounds for the ball or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. When he went down in the corner over there,
Mm-hmm.
I was afraid he wasn't getting back up. I'm going to be honest, but
Dude, yeah, the way they were acting, I was like, oh man, he just busted his head on the side of a step or something, and then he jumps up, and they're all like, and I was like, oh yes, that's what I'm talking
I
about.
think that was playing into the energy for the comeback a little bit. I really do, and I'm fine with that.
That would have been the iconic moment of the game if we would have won.
Probably.
They would have pointed to that and been like, oh yeah, but we didn't.
Yeah, I was real impressed with Walker for sure. The only thing about he's got that 7 rebounds. How many of those was his own misses? I mean, I guess he only missed 2, but he is a rebound machine when he stands under. That's what I like about him. I feel like they're a little timid with him on the offensive end, like passing the ball. But dude, I really think that guy can play. We talk about playing inside out. Give it to him up there at the elbow. Let him kick it around.
I mean, dude, just feed the bigs, man. That's my thing. Like, feed it to Plotchich, feed it to. I mean, because like
Take one that's hot. Based off who we're playing, somebody's gonna have a good day. But yeah,
But like it just seems like, man, when we're working the post, just I don't know, man, just things happen. But we were spreading the ball around a lot better. I liked that. We were hitting some open shots, knocking down some shots, getting some catch and shoot situations. Ziegler, he plays pretty much the same way. It's just the shots either go in or they don't with him. I mean,
yeah,
like he was getting to the rim, he was knocking them down. It's like a lot of the times when he's playing, he just don't knock him down, but he plays pretty much the same way every week. So, but yeah, that one's pretty lights out. Um, not lights out, but that was pretty depressing to see that. So, um, yeah, that was I don't know. Like you said, dude, two L's on game winning shots back to back is pretty rough. I mean, like we would be sitting at 21-4 right now.
yeah. I think probably I'm pulling it up right now, but I think probably the biggest stat that we did not cover there is going to be turnovers. 10 turnovers to 7. That's yeah. And I mean, there was 2 of those that we got back that we really shouldn't have there in the second half when we were
Yeah.
behind. So
At least compared to this week, was it what game was it that you and T Fitty was like, my God, that was awful? Was that the Vandy game or was that that was the Auburn
no.
game? The
Yeah, when we
Auburn
couldn't
game.
shoot the ball. Like that's what I was gonna tell you. My favorite things to look at there is field goal percentage. And by God, when we shot 45%, which isn't great, but we'll take it. But when they hit 53% from the 3-point line, no, I'm
I mean,
done.
that's hard. That's hard to overcome for sure. But I mean,
100%.
the main things that like I liked was the fact that we were getting to the free throw line. What did I say? 25 for 33. So we shot 33 free throws, but
Yeah.
we
But
not
that didn't
only
happen
were we
until the
getting
second
to the
half. That was
line.
the problem. We didn't do it until the second half. We didn't
Yeah,
play inside at all. We didn't drop the ball. We didn't move the ball.
it was like we kind of quit doing what we were doing before. I mean, we were chipping back into it, but
Yeah.
I think I don't know, man. I don't know if it because we got them in foul trouble, we started doing something different or what. But I do like the fact that we got to the free throw line and we shot 75%. Again, 12 for 28 behind the arc, 42%. Rebounds is there, assists. I mean, it's all there. I mean, we had more blocks. We had a few more turnovers, but I
Yeah.
mean, on paper, I mean, like I said, they kind of sort of did everything right, just didn't pan out.
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Well, we say on paper we did everything right. They hit all their shots. They got ahead because we didn't play that good to start the game, and it's hard to come from behind. And we did, but I mean, dude, all it would take is for them to miss 2 more of those 3-pointers that they just drilled.
Right.
I mean, I would 53% from the 3-point line again. Like,
And
if you
like
tell a coach that you can shoot 30%, they'll take it.
the craziest thing about that too, by the way, what's up? Kenny Hokie joined my Hokie fan. That's my Virginia Tech fan hopped on here.
They're in the ACC with my other team.
Yeah. But I mean, dude, and the thing is, like I said earlier, like we had our hand in their face majority of the game. They were just
Yeah.
knocking them down, dude. I mean, they were
Yep.
just lights out. Like it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, you can do everything you can do, and if they don't miss the shots, as long as they're contested. Like I said, like when we getting behind, we weren't there every time, but after when we started our run, we were there every time, and can't beat it. It is what it is. Another tough loss. We'll learn, I guess. I hope, maybe.
By the way, this is random, but do you remember what time we quote unquote started? I mean, I know we started.
The show,
Yeah,
you went
like,
live at about 9:10.
well, no, I mean, like on the seconds wise on the ticker.
No, I do not. I'm sorry.
It ain't a big deal.
I would guess somewhere around like 7 to 10 minutes in.
Well, I tell you what, we will go ahead and take. I'm gonna make a little note here. Edit out show talk. We're gonna take an unofficial break here on the. This will be our first break on this episode of Little Tangerine Show. We are not going to exit the live though. We're just going to take a break.
Yeah, we're still here, guys. This is just
we're not leaving. We're going to take a break. When you're listening to this on the podcast, however, there's going to be some kind of ad or break right here, and then we'll come back. It's just on the podcast, you're not going to hear the mumbo jumbo that we're about to talk about. So don't go anywhere, and we will be right back. I try to take a break from talking just because that little silent clip makes it easier for editing. No, you're good. You what?
All I was going to say is all of you that are here now, whenever we do the podcast, you can all know the inside talk that we do here.
Yeah,
after hours. You can all know that my dog just had surgery. And it was expensive.
It was an expensive surgery, and it was pretty touch and go.
And it's definitely not going to be in the podcast because my wife doesn't even know we were talking about it.
Yes, she don't guys to know, but you guys can know. But yeah, old Casper was about willing to reenact that episode that scene from Old Yeller, and the wife's like, "No, it still has life left to live."
Oh man!
So, what was the final tally on that?
Well, at the vet bill, 76.31, and then I also had to go buy her a crate and a new bed. That was about $300. So
I'm gonna save this footage somewhere just for blackmail. But,
I love my wife a lot. I really do.
She does have a very kind heart. It's just
I like my dog a lot. Don't get me wrong.
Sometimes that kind heart just runs up a really expensive bill.
Well, while we're talking about that though, so I was sitting there today.
By the way, moral question before he gets into this: if you guys have a dog, for in the ballpark of $8,000, would you save the dog, or would you just buy 80 other dogs with the money that you could have saved?
I would buy 80 other dogs, sir. I'll take 80 other dogs, $50. Thank you.
So, I mean, but in this case, though, I mean, looking at the positives, your dog still is going to have a quality of life, though, right? I mean, it's not like he's going to have an iron lung or whatever.
No, she should heal up and she should be 100% good to go. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah, she's a good one. But yeah, I don't know. So here's the thing. So I was sitting in there, dude, and I was at the animal emergency is what it's called. These people that come in there don't always know what that means, I guess. I knew when we took the dog what that meant for the bank account. Does that make sense? When we took her over there, I knew we weren't walking out of there for less than $1,000. Even if we put her down, right?
Well, also that's kind of what they told you is hey, listen, for us to turn the operating light on, it's $1,000 just for us.
That was literally just a look at her.
Just to spread your dog's butthole.
If you want, on Monday, I can bring you the itemized list. 7 pages long.
Oh man, that's oh yeah,
it's a good time. But
they at least jerk your dog off, make it worth it.
I got 2 free cans of dog food on the way out the door.
Hey, there you go. Seth Goodwin joined.
Seth Goodwin. That's a great name, Seth. I like that.
Yeah, 2 cans of dog food for $7,000 surgery. Like I tell you, they really know how to take care of people, don't they?
Yeah.
Jess
Yeah.
joined. We're talking about whether or not you should off your dog to save it the 8 grand. Uh,
Who joined? This somebody. Somebody doesn't say Rachel. We're good.
Casper the Ghost joined. My Hokey fan is back. Kenny Hokey, would you save your dog for 8 grand, or would you would you just let nature take its course?
uh, but anyways, that's enough of the dog talk. Because I'm gonna have to drink some more if I keep talking about that.
I think you should. I mean, I just topped my lemon drop back into my monster off again.
What I mean, I'm good. I'm glad I like Molly. She's a good dog. Did you meet my dog when you came over here? I think we had him locked up.
No, you guys put them up.
She is a super good dog. Like even the people, it happens everywhere we take her. Like everybody's like, "Oh my god, she's our favorite dog," and she gains like 8 pounds because they all give her treats because they like her, which is good. She is very pissed off about the cone of shame. So
I'm
real
sure
quick,
no dog likes the
I know you're not watching the LSU A&M game, but dude, you know how I complain sometimes about coaches that don't dress up for basketball games?
Yes.
This dude for Texas A&M, he went full three-piece, baby. We got the vest and everything. Where, dude, and it is awesome vest. It's got like leopard print or something on the back of it in silk. Like it is sexy. I don't know who the coach for Texas A&M is. I'm gonna be honest, but
Styling and profiling,
I
though.
really don't like how they have these courtside seats at a college thing at LSU. By the way, LSU do better. Just want to let y'all know that.
Cowboy 44446 joined. What's up? Welcome.
Oh, you know who that is?
Do I?
Oh, who's only 46-year-old Cowboys fan? You know.
Oh, is that Papal that's hopping on
Does
TikTok?
make you wonder. I don't know.
He
There's no
would.
way he
He
got
would.
a TikTok.
I was
There's
gonna
no
say
way.
he wouldn't be hopping on TikTok's the devil. There's no way
Hey,
Papal's on
Cowboy
here.
fan, who you got tomorrow, Mr. Cowboy fan? Let us know.
I don't know if he hung on in here long enough. Oh wait, no, that's top viewers. He might still be in here.
Terry
Terry
What's
Carney
up,
joined.
man?
What's up? We are taking a minor break from recording a podcast.
What's up after the break, by the way? What's the next topic?
I'm probably gonna hit you with a couple surprises just because
Yes,
your reaction's gonna be
those are
funny.
my favorite, honestly, because I can't wait for the day that you hit me on one that I actually have like a hard feeling about, and I've had too much to drink. Because then you're gonna, that hard stance
One of
thing. You're really
these
gonna get a good one of these
One of
days.
these you may actually take a pretty hard stance
Yeah.
on. The first one you're gonna think's pretty funny. One of them we kind of talked about, but you're liquored up, so like I want to touch base on
I'm
it
not
again.
quite liquored up, but I'm gonna be here in about an hour. I can tell you this cup was here, and then I put a can of Mountain Dew on it, and it barely fit.
Transcendent vision joined. What's up? It's funny though. I'm glad I'm saying this off camera or
Podcast,
whatever, but
off podcast.
I had my little troll last week that was like basically saying like, no, you don't know what you're doing with the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys suck. Whatever he was saying. And after that, not only did I double my numbers, but I doubled them again.
Hey,
It's just like that. The previous bad troll that I had,
yeah.
I was almost like, you know what, man, screw TikTok, screw all this stuff, whatever. And I was like, nah, whatever, I'll ride it out.
Yeah.
And then had the biggest night I've ever had in my life after that.
I think on your podcast you should start advertising this part as like the behind the scenes because we go in here and we talk about bullshit, like the dog or whatever. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're
'Cause I
saying.
really kind of doubt that people are watching the stream and listen to the podcast later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we might have a couple, but yeah, I mean, I'm
It'd be
sure.
more likely, I would think. What is this nonsense?
What? Danny Wilson joined. Danny Wilson is 29, I'm guessing.
Danny Wilson. What's up, man?
What up, man?
What up,
Deion
man?
Sanders. No, he's going to win all of his games. No, he's going to lose them all. They ain't going to do nothing.
That topic's coming up here pretty soon.
They're only going to win 2 games in 7 years.
Deion Sanders sucks. He ain't never done nothing.
He ain't never done nothing. Never going to do nothing.
On your use that voice, by the way, because if it does, I'll quit.
I mean, it's whatever. You know
in the shower, and I'm steal this from Drew.
You're one of the only people that actually knows the backstory where that voice came from.
I do know that.
Old J.E. No, I'm going to go live with the squirrels. I'm going to walk on acorns. I'm going to live.
I never got to meet that guy. I'm kind of sad about it.
You're probably better off. Okay, well, is Danny Wilson still in here? He might be. I don't know. I think he's sitting there creeping around trying to figure out what's up. I don't know that I've ever seen Danny in here before. Sooner fans in here.
Who? Wait, Danny who? Sorry, my thing. I got a Danny or two.
Danny Wilson. Oh, is that one of your peeps, maybe?
Maybe, but I don't think so. But hey, Danny, that's a great name. That's one of my best friends growing up. His name's Danny.
Danny boy. I don't know the song. How's it go? Danny boy, oh Danny boy.
Dude, you're asking homeschool guy songs again. Stop it.
I think it's some kind of musical or something. So, Midnight Blue 6.7 Cummins joined. Sooner Fan 24.
We got a Cummins in the feed, baby.
That could be Ryan. I swear Ryan changes his username every other day.
The Duramax guy. God, surely he don't got a Cummins now. Come on, Ryan.
You never know. Rebels 8705 joined. There's all kinds of names with numbers, and I'm too.
Hey, why don't y'all stay a while? We're about to talk about some good shit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Drew's about to bounce some stuff off my head, and I'm going to scream and cuss about it. It's going to be a good time. Hey, you like my shirt? You see this? Newport Nightmare. Yeah.
Is that a race car driver, or is that a... Who is that?
His name is Jimmy Owens. He's from Newport, Tennessee, so we call him Newport Nightmare.
The Newport Nightmare. We got any racing fans in here? I'm 1 for 1. I just want to say I'm 1 for 1 so far. Marty Truex Jr. won me $100 last week.
Yeah.
No.
At some point, we cover the Daytona 500 betting odds, and you can tell me who I need to bet $100 on. Because
no Quitney joined.
No Quitney.
If I read that right.
No quitting. I agree.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to add one more thing.
What is this? Are you betting on this Rob Gronkowski kick, by the way?
Huh? Rob Gronkowski.
You betting on this Gronk kick? Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. That needs to be a topic. I'll bring it up at the end.
Oh, yeah. You bring it up. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yes. Professionalism. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to add that one to the blocked list. Okay. You ready? I'm going to make a note.
Who was that?
What?
Did you say you're adding one to the blocked list?
Oh, yeah. That whatever, the promote your whatever to,
okay.
We'll double your number.
Comment. This ought to be good.
Oh, yeah, no.
All right. We come back in. You can give us like a re-intro.
Yeah, I'll cue it up. Or whatever, but yeah, no. I really don't block that often.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so. That's why I was like, oh God, it must have been bad.
Yeah. Okay. Adding to the notes. Alrighty. Okay, guys, we are back. It is, I don't even think I properly introed you earlier, but I'm back. I'm Big Drewski. You're listening to the Little Tangerine Show. I'm here with my buddy Casper, who's here borderline as always, with the exception of the little mini-sodes that I do during the week when I come unhinged on my way to and or from work.
I get to laugh at those like y'all do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't even know they're coming half the time. You get the notification, then get whacked upside the head when you hit play, pretty much.
That's pretty accurate.
That one I did the other day, though, was unhinged when I was, no, you gotta dish it to Plachich. Dish the chitch.
I like how you said all that, and then he only played 10 minutes.
I know. They did listen to me, though. We drove down low a little bit
did,
better.
And we were awful at it at first.
Caden Heatherly just joined, so he wants to know probably what's up. Or she. That name could go either way. Especially nowadays.
What up?
So, this is breaking news, and it's big news. I've not told you this on purpose because I want you to bask in the glory. So, as you well know, went to Texas Roadhouse today, pretty much dropped a hundo. So that was really nice. Lady had a, was it Hurricane? Is that a margarita?
No, Hurricane's not a margarita. Hurricane's like, that's for real alcoholics.
Oh, well, she had one of those, but I made it rain. I mean, I got like an appetizer or two. You know, the child got some. Everybody was just getting appetizers and sauces and whatever. It was nice. The breaking news is, and you're gonna laugh. What have I been talking about just constantly for weeks now that I want to do and or get? I talked about something I could do on the stream. Nostalgic, old school. Remember, I've been talking about it constantly. Something that I want to do and or get.
I should know, but
NCAA football 14.
Oh my god!
There is a modded Xbox that is on the way.
Oh baby! Oh yes, dude. We're gonna have this thing's gonna be lit next Saturday night. You're gonna be playing Georgia versus Tennessee, baby.
Probably. You'll probably be hosting it.
First. Can you please do South Carolina first?
Play South Carolina, bury them,
but
down
and
but yeah, so
I really need some redemption.
I finally, yes, I ordered a modded Xbox 360 with college football revamped, loaded, ready to go. It also has NCAA March, what is it? NCAA March Madness, or I don't know, one of the basketball games. But yeah, so dropped $200 on that.
So I'll be honest, if you didn't order one, I told you yesterday that you need to order a new one. Send yours out for the record. Second of all, if you didn't order one after you took all that big chunk of time you got to work last Saturday, and I didn't, I was gonna be pretty pissed.
Yeah, well, I mean, so part of it was like I was like, okay, so the pay raise hit. By the way, I can't remember if I told you that or not, but our pay raise hit. So I was looking at that. I was looking at the hours that I put in. I was like, man, you know what? I don't know. We might. So, because it was basically like, so for those of you who don't know, okay, and I can't confirm nor deny nor tell you what to do with your life, but NCAA football 14, a bunch of like gamer people and modders and whatever have went in and they have modded NCAA football 14 to where you can now play it again. However, you have to have either 360, PS3, PC, whatever, but you got to have the original game. And there's all the stuff basically you got to have like a modified Xbox that can go in, and I guess I don't know. I don't know the mumbo jumbo of like how the stuff works, but so I went, and this has been a saga because like I've been trying to find the original copy of the NCAA 14 that I had, which I had to go over to my dad's house, try to find it, dig it out, all that stuff. Finally found the 360. And I was pretty sure it was the PS3 that I had it. Then lo and behold, it was in there. Played it. Then the game was all scratched up, so I couldn't play it because the game was scratched up. And this has been a weeks-long thing. But
it's been like 2 weeks. This is a full saga. Go ahead, get it out.
I mean, it's not as bad as the Southern Shock thing, but it's been pretty bad. I mean,
I come over and play it.
yeah, probably. I mean,
Oh, good.
or
You
I
know,
can.
I have $8,000 to spend, so
UK Wildcat 22 joined. Ooh, you could, yeah, you could get a modded Xbox and then we could play together because you've been looking for some money to blow anyway.
is it got online play?
Now I can't. That part I'm not
Don't know
100%
yet.
sure.
All right, well, let me know when it gets
I
there.
was
Let
gonna
me
get
know.
a HDMI cable, plug it straight into my gaming laptop. That's how I was gonna play it, but
Well, let me know if there's online so we can do 2-player because
that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm 100% gonna be streaming that at least bare minimum on YouTube. We're gonna take Hendon. He's gonna go all the way, and we're gonna get the
Heisman
Heisman.
baby.
But yeah, so it is. It says it's gonna be here by the 13th. So I don't know. I see. The thing is, I
It's
don't
gonna
know that
be
I
a
can.
crappy Valentine's Day at your house.
Yeah. Well, we took a little lead off of first this
That was a
weekend. So
very smart move going ahead and take this Roadhouse today. I like that.
yeah,
I
we
like
went to
that.
Texas Roadhouse. Dessert was on us, uh, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
um, yeah, it was. Yeah, we took a little lead off of first on that, but yes, Valentine's Day, I'm going to be spending most likely playing that. But thanking God joined. What's up?
Thank you, God. How you doing? Thank the
Thanking
Lord.
God. But yeah, this has been like a 2 3 week long saga that I've
Yeah.
just been like,
Oh,
and the
for
thing is,
yourself.
too, apparently it comes with like 2,000 games like preloaded on there. Or I might not go into work. I don't know if I call in all of a sudden just out of the blue, you know
Cut
why.
this out of the podcast. Jeez.
Oh
Good Lord.
yeah, I need to.
We're gonna have to have a serious off-air discussion about your problems.
Oh yeah, I need to make a note
We
of that.
really are. I listened to yours today and I was like, I'm gonna have to sit this man down.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I talked about being in my work vehicle, but I mean,
Shh.
I was hands free, so this whole segment might get edited out. Thanking
Yeah, I hope
God gave us
so.
2 thumbs up.
This is gonna be 1 minute, 1 hour, 7 minutes. Just
We're gonna have to cut that out. Cut that
yeah,
out.
yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, I was super pumped about that. Though. I was like, and I knew. I'm glad I told you first though, because I don't know if T Fitty's watching this, but he's gonna shit all over
His
me for it.
sorry ass is gonna shit all over everybody for everything because he's a loser.
He's
That's
gonna
what
be
happens
like,
when you're alone
"Oh yeah, you
forever.
already
God.
blew all that overtime, blah blah blah." While he's sitting there with a
Hey, the good news is you only
hundred
spent
something $1,000.
$200, so you still hadn't blown it all. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I
The thing
I know
is,
how
he
much
can
it
only
was.
talk so much smack because he's got $100 something boat sitting in storage. So I mean,
Dude, that mug spends a lot of money on a boat monthly.
hated Vol
I'm
fan
about to say
joined.
it. Somebody might hear that. He might get mad.
I think all Vols fans are hated, but hated Vol fan joined. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
listen. How can you be a hated Vol fan? You're not hated on this show, baby. We love Vol fans over here, by God.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So, changing topics a little
up,
bit.
man.
LeBron is now the goat, right? That's
No,
unanimous.
shut the hell up.
LeBron has officially broken the all-time scoring record, so he's goaded. I know you love that word. He's goaded. No, he's goaded. He's the goat. Can't touch him. Uh, no, I mean he's not my goat. Sub hated Vol fan
I mean,
says.
I I have respect for LeBron, and
You said that with a straight face, so
no, I mean I
kudos.
do as a player. We're not talking about any of the off the court,
Just for the
but
record, probably most athletic athlete to ever
I
athlete
I
in
agree that he
athleticals.
is super athletic, and dude, I mean that takes work.
I
We
mean,
talked about Kobe putting in work. LeBron put in some work too. Just he
like we
slacked off
said,
in his
I
later years
mean,
and started
when
drinking
you
wine.
when you talk about athletes, I mean, he could literally probably have made it in the MLB. He could have probably made it in the NFL and either went to Hall of Fame in both or at least a superstar. I mean, most athletic person ever, right? But
I mean, honestly, yeah,
you have
I agree
all
with
these
that.
people that are like, "Ooh, I never plugged my laptop in." You have all these people that are like, "It's official." But the thing is that I kind of laugh at He passed MJ a long time ago.
Yeah, and that's the same thing. Everybody forgot that it was Kareem, by God.
Yeah.
They're like,
I mean, he passed MJ a long time ago. Okay.
yeah,
So a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's officially better than MJ." I'm like,
at
buddy, he
this
passed him a
point,
long time ago.
he's already played. I'm not exactly sure on the number, but I think he's played approximately 300 more games than Jordan at this point
Yes.
already in his career, and he's still probably got 2 years left. So
He has said that he does. By the way, I don't know how loud this background noise is, but I forgot to plug my laptop in. But yes, you know, he has said that he wants to play with Bronny. So not sure if that's going to happen, but I mean, most athletic person ever. You know, kudos to the longevity, but in my opinion, I don't think he's the GOAT. Most of the people that I guess we're just gonna finish this lemon drop off.
might as well.
But I feel like most of the
8
people that praise Braun didn't watch them both. I got the opportunity to watch them both, and for me, I just think like it's MJ, and it's not even close. The dude got so bored at being the best that he like retired and came back twice.
Yeah, well, and also MJ went to Chapel Hill.
Yeah, Carolina Tar Heel, we know.
But no, I mean, I did, like I said, and you laugh, but I really do have a lot of respect for LeBron. But dude, I don't even know that he's like top 3. I mean,
I would definitely say he's top. I would definitely say top 3.
I mean,
I'm comfortable with saying he's probably like second.
No.
No. But I definitely don't think he's first. Top 3. I mean, it's debatable. I think when you look at statistics and stuff, like as much as now I hated Kobe when he played, but you know, as much as like I look back and like respect Kobe, you know, I'm like, I feel like LeBron might kind of have the edge on Kobe, but I mean, a lot of people just kind of skip over Kareem and some of them guys, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's MJ and then Kobe and then LeBron in my book. I guess that's what I'll stick with. But you know, Kobe. I think we talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but me and you definitely talked about it at one point. Like, the farther away we get from Kobe being on the court and the more we go back and watch and realize like how dedicated he was, the more I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you know, at the time I couldn't stand Kobe because and again, I thought MJ was the GOAT, still stand by that.
Yeah. And I do too right now.
But everybody was like, no, Kobe's better. And I'm like, no, he's good, but he's not. And so like I kind of despise Kobe because of the whole MJ debate.
Yeah.
But like you said, the more that I've kind of looked back and looked at the full scope of things, the more I'm like, you know, man, God, like you hear all these stories. I think it was Jay Williams. I could be wrong, but Jay Williams was talking about Tennessee Girl 26. What's up?
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Perv.
What I do?
I'm just kidding. I know. It was just funny because you're like, hey, girl. What's up, girl? But I think it was Jay Williams was talking about. He showed up early one game and was out there doing the shoot around. I know me, you've talked about this story, but he was doing the shoot around, and Kobe was already there when he got there. And so he goes out on the court, kind of stretches out, whatever, and starts warming up. Well, again, Kobe was already there before. And I think he said he worked out for about 45-ish minutes or whatever. And this was like before a game. And ended up eventually he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go. And so he sat back and watched. Kobe kept going for like another 15 or 20 minutes before he finally stopped. And he walked over and asked Kobe, like later after the game, whatever. He's like, man, you know, you was there before I got there. And you still worked out for like 15, 20 minutes after. Like, is that how long you work out before every game? And Kobe's like, nah, when I seen you come out there, that I was going to prove to you that I was going to work harder than you. And he's
Mamba
like,
mentality,
yeah.
son.
So he's like, I didn't care how long you was going to be out there. I was going to stay out there for another 15 to 20 minutes after you were done. And that's what it was. He was like, dude, he's like, look, I mean, yeah, you know, I was there before you, but I was going to prove to you that I was going to work harder than you and I was going to be better than you. And it's just like, you hear all these stories and it's like, man, that dude was just built different. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm built different.
Well, so this is what I want to say about LeBron, because I people are just going to hear me say LeBron's not the GOAT. You remember how we had this discussion this week? We talked about football, we talked about Brady and Rodgers, and then we talked about NASCAR, we talked about Richard Petty, Kyle Busch.
Hated
Like,
Vols fan says MJ, Kobe, Kareem, LeBron, just because MJ and Kobe had that killer instinct. So he kind of agrees with you.
yeah,
But
that's what I was reading that while you were talking there. Hated ball fan. That's I think I'm exactly in the same thing as you. But what I'm trying to say right now is we talk about the GOAT, the greatest of all time versus the best. Okay, like you just said, they're big Drewski. I definitely think LeBron's the best athlete, and LeBron might be the best all around basketball player, like just from a talent perspective. But I think that as far as the whole instinct, killer instinct, the desire to win and not give a damn about anything else, I think MJ and Kobe both beat him at that. Right? Like we talked about, that Kyle Busch is probably the best NASCAR driver all time, even though, he didn't have the most stats, because stats matter.
no, we did the research.
Yeah. So, I will give LeBron that. Like, all around, I think LeBron's a little bit better passer probably than either of them were, honestly. I mean, do you agree with that? Like, I mean, I go back to his
Definitely
first
better
run at
than
Cleveland. I go back to
Kobe. MJ, that's probably debatable, but he's definitely like, I mean, yeah, he's definitely a phenomenal passer. Like, I think he's like fourth or fifth on the all-time assists right now, and I mean, I hold John Stockton in like the highest regard. So but yeah,
I mean, so like go back to his first run in Cleveland there. I mean, you remember the knock on him was always that he doesn't take the shot, he passes the ball too much. Like,
yes,
think about how many more game-winning shots and how many more points he would have if he didn't pass the ball all the time and just kind of took over. Because
yeah,
in my opinion, when he was a little bit younger, when he was that like 21 to 25 age, dude, they could have played him ISO the whole game and nobody was going to stop him. I mean,
that's probably fair.
So like I said, I think all around basketball player, LeBron's definitely up there. So have respect for that. As far
Yeah,
as
I mean, the
greatest though,
best
that's just not the
all
only thing we measure by.
the best all around basketball player from the standpoint of like you can literally put so like I would put when you're talking about all around basketball player, I would also put Magic Johnson up there from the standpoint of like you could literally put them at any position, point guard to center. You could put them at any position and they could play it. Magic, infamously played center in one of those playoff series back in the day, and even hit the hook shot to pay homage to Kareem or whatever. But as far as like being the most well-rounded athletic basketball player ever, yes. But like, and it's not even like for me, it's not even about the politicals. By the way, hated Vol fan. Oh, Joy Murphy joined. What's up, girl? I ain't
Hated ball
talked to you
fans
in a
should be
minute.
staple on here.
He said, yes, hated Vol fans should be on here more.
Yeah, you're
LeBron
rocking,
gave up
buddy.
on winning the game when he broke the record. Kobe or MJ wouldn't have sat out. So that was basically what I was about to get to was the problem that I have with LeBron. It's not the political stuff. It's not the things that he said. Okay. It's not any of that. It's not him pretending to read that book from Fidel. I think it's from Fidel Castro, where he's on the same page for like 6 weeks. Um, like literally, he was holding the book on the same page for like 4 business days. Like who does that? It's not any of that. That's not my problem with him. I don't care if you want to talk about politics or any of that stuff. Like that stuff doesn't bother me at all whatsoever. For me, my biggest thing with LeBron is kind of like what Hated Vol fan said just now. Which, by the way, if you're listening to this in the podcast, make sure you like and subscribe on all the social medias. Hit up bigdrewski.com if you want to get in on the, because we're live streaming right now. Some of you guys will be listening to this later. But my biggest problem is, had he had MJ or Kobe's mentality, it would be hands down. Could not debate it whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's the walking off the court during the playoffs. Even the other day, I get it. You had a crappy foul that didn't go your way, and it was a game-deciding foul. But for him to flop around on the ground and stuff and throw a like grown man temper tantrum, you just don't see stuff like that, in my opinion, when you're talking about the GOAT. But like, I mean, I think he's like walked off the court several, like there's been times where he'll just walk over to the bench and sit down and the coach call timeout and they'll swap. I mean, he's walked off the court during playoff series. I mean, it's just when you start rattling some of the stuff that he's done, and he's done a lot of cool things too, but it's like, for me, when you're looking at the scope of all of it, it's just like, man, that's the part that I don't like. The, building the super teams and all of that stuff. I mean, a lot of people say that MJ had a super team. I mean, my God, who would you rather have, dude? Like Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, one of those guys, or Tony Kukoc? I mean, like I would much rather have Chris Bosh. I mean, hell, I think he even had like Shaq on one of those teams.
Bosh.
But I'm just saying, like Tony Kukoc or Chris Bosh, I'd probably rather have Chris Bosh myself. Ooh, the messages are popping off. Let me get caught up. It's time for Barnes to go, Vols fan says. I don't know that I agree with that. I gotta agree. I don't think we get past Sweet 16 with Barnes. I don't like him just because he acts like a crybaby. If we go out round 64, fire him. What? I can't hear you. He crying too loud. Wish Chandler would have stayed. We needed him. A lot of messages firing off there. Me personally, I don't think we get rid of Barnes. Not yet. I mean, he's got a lot of upside. How long has he been here now?
Not long enough.
I don't think he's been here long enough either. But let me look. But yeah, going back to the LeBron thing, for me personally, he's just not my GOAT. That's just all there is to it. But
yeah,
sticking with the messages.
But it is cool he got the all-time scoring record, and that's something he's probably never. I honestly don't think he's ever going to lose that. Do you?
Somebody will come along eventually, which is going to be hilarious, because all these people that think like all these kids, it's like, no, LeBron's the GOAT, can't touch him. Like, I can't wait until somebody that's clearly not as good comes along and all of his fans start saying he's the best, and then they have to try to defend it. Like, I can't wait for that.
Well, I mean,
Barnes has been here since 2015.
Yeah, he's been here a minute, but I mean, like, the thing about Barnes is, what did he do wrong? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think it's like, I don't think it's the coach. I mean, if anything, him switching to the smaller lineup is kind of what saved us tonight, or almost did. But he is known as regular season Barnes. I get that part of it. My thing is, if we get rid of Barnes, I don't know who else is on the market that's even like.
So there's that, and then there's also the fact that, like, okay, I hate to say it, but you said on your podcast this week, so I'm on your mini sub without me, and I heard it, and I was like, ha, got him. We're not a basketball school, guys. We're not a basketball conference either.
I mean, like, let's not pretend like all of a sudden we're. I mean, like, literally, like in basketball, what have we done? I mean, before Rick Barnes.
Respect where respect is due. Okay, like I told Drew earlier this week that when the dadgum football playoff goes to 12 teams, how many teams did I say was going to make it out of the SEC first year? Do you remember the number?
You said in football, probably like
I said
6.
I said 6. And then I said that if you want to look at it after 2 years, there'll be more SEC wins than other teams that made it. So, but we're talking about basketball, guys. Like, it's the SEC. I'm sorry.
I mean, so here's the thing, and again, now I'm not on board with the whole like let's just fire coaches whenever they're like he's winning, which is good. But I don't get on board with the whole like let's just fire everybody and start over, because if anything football has shown us is that does not work. But the last Elite Eight that we hit was 2010. Actually, the only Elite Eight we've ever hit was 2010.
Yeah.
We've hit the Sweet 16 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Been drinking too much. 8 times total. 2014, 2019. So Rick Barnes took us to the Sweet 16 last time. But yeah, I think Kunzo Martin, was he the coach when we? I think he was the coach when we last got our Sweet or Elite Eight. You probably wasn't even a Vols fan.
I mean, I was starting to like a girl that had a Vols.
When did you move here? Do you remember?
To Knoxville. We're not going to talk about that. To Tennessee, I moved to Tennessee in 2010, 07, something like that. I don't even 2001. I've been in Tennessee a while, but no, I was definitely looking at that those years. I was looking at a championship winning team that wore blue for sure.
Mm-hmm. Which you're still a little partial to that Carolina blue,
and I always will be when it comes to basketball. And I'll pull for them in football. But if Tennessee plays Carolina in football, I'll pull for Tennessee from now on. Just let you know. I think
Kunzo Martin was the coach when we last hit.
Did you say 15?
No, 2010. 2010 was the last time we hit the league. Actually, that's the only time we hit.
It wasn't Pearl, so.
No, maybe not. Kunzo Martin was here 2011 to 2014. Maybe it was Pearl.
No.
But see, that was the other thing too with Kunzo Martin. Actually, it might have been Pearl. With Kunzo Martin, everybody did the same thing. It was like all of a sudden, like, no, we need to fire him. Let's just give up on him. He sucks. Get him out of here. He can't win nothing. Ain't never going to win nothing. Just get rid of him, start over. Then all of a sudden we started winning. And then the most embarrassing part of that was everybody all of a sudden was like, oh, we're going to go all the way. Because I think that was when we had like Jarnell Stokes and everybody. And everybody was like all pumped up. And then like at the end of the season, he was like, deuces, I'm out. Peace. Don't need yins. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah.
And it was pretty freaking embarrassing. Yeah, that was with Bruce Pearl.
Like you said, the Tennessee coaching job for basketball. It's if you got somebody that wants to stay a while, might as well keep them. Sorry.
So, and I
just watched that replay again on ESPN.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but did you know?
Oh, God.
Well, actually, I talked about it in the podcast, but did you know that Rick Barnes, he wanted to come here before, but people told him, no, don't go there. It's a football school.
Yeah, I heard you saying that. I did not know that until the podcast. So
yeah, and then I think he left. He either left and went to Clemson, or he went to I think that was when he went to Texas.
Yeah.
And then, the job was open and he decided to come here. So, I mean, in my opinion, he's kind of put us on the map. So, yeah, I don't think that firing him is the way to go. Like, I think, like, just firing everybody and wanting to start over is kind of what's wrong with Tennessee.
Well, we said that that's the problem with the football program. And this fan base, I back to your podcast, I'm going to give you some props here. You kind of called the fan base out a little bit and told them to quit being so negative. And I really enjoyed that. As somebody who is a transplant and was on the other side of the Tennessee fan base, I enjoyed picking on the Tennessee fan base more than on the actual athletic department.
That's
it's pretty
always
bad.
kind of been the problem
Yeah.
with our fan base is as soon as we have a somewhat negative season or something happens. By the way, we're going to get back into the messages here in a second. I see y'all messaging, but I've been drinking a little bit, so it's one thing at a time right now.
Cheers.
I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at the video. Cheers.
There we go. All right.
Mine's empty, but I'd have to go back and look. But it was somewhere.
Mine's empty. I'd be in the floor.
It was somewhere in here.
It was about half.
Was it half?
Yeah, it was maybe not quite a whole half.
Third, a quarter.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the store bought stuff. But I mean, my wife's gonna kill me if I wake up tipsy. But yeah, that's always been the biggest problem. And my thing is like, there's no. I mean, I'm not gonna say there's nobody, but I am just as much a Tennessee Vols fanatic as anybody else. This is a team signed football from 04, which has everybody except I did not catch Jason Witten, but Casey Clausen, Tony McDaniel, Cedric Houston, CJ Leak, they're pretty much all on here. Jabril Wilson. I'm a fanatic through and through, not going anywhere. I've had people message me that's basically been like, dude, I just can't do it anymore. They broke my heart too much and this and that. I'm a fanatic through and through. Okay. I have been through all the ups and downs, when I was in college, not at Tennessee, but I was in college when Lane Kiffin abandoned us in the middle of the night and there's people burning mattresses in the middle of the road. I thought about driving from Jefferson City. I'm not going to say what college, but there's only one in Jefferson City, I'm pretty sure. And we were thinking about driving down to be a part of it. I went through that. I went through Dooley. I went through, Coach Jones. All of the ups and downs.
Brick by
brick. We are the champions of life. Somehow Butch Jones figured out how to throw confetti in September. I don't know how he did it, but kudos to you. You went to that game, didn't you? Because you're a racing super fan.
No, because they took my damn walls down of my racetrack. I didn't go to that.
Oh, no, I thought you did.
Went to that. The biggest of them all, baby.
The biggest dog of them all.
Yeah, he went.
Let's get into the messages real quick, if they're even still here. Let me scroll back up.
I think they're still here.
Okay. Balling in Memphis. I'm a kid. I know he not the GOAT. I hate LeBron. Barnes contracted till 2026. He'll be okay. We're not going to fire him, but we might not extend his contract to 26. That's fair. Wish we got Edey from Purdue. That would have been stacked probably. We're not firing Barnes, Pearl. Oh, okay. These are all when we were talking about who was.
Yeah.
Definitely that's not what I got the name. Definitely that's why I got the name Hated Vols fan. Vol for life, baby. I know what college you went to, I think. Yep. I'm not going to say it on here, but yeah, very small college. It's there's only one in Jefferson City, I'm pretty sure. But so
yeah.
Is it frustrating? Yes. They don't call him regular season Rick for nothing. Okay. Yeah. It is frustrating. But I think in the bigger scheme of things, again, you're self-proclaimed tranny. Transplant.
Whoa. Transplant. Not tranny.
I kind of had to educate you a little bit because remember we were talking about basketball tickets. You're like, man, I'd like to go to that. I really enjoyed that
section of the podcast. I was laughing in the shower.
Yeah. But you were like, man, I'd really like to go to that game, but and I'm like, well, we can probably get tickets in the nosebleed. And you're like, no, there's no way. And I'm like, dude, listen, we're good at football again. Basketball is in the back seat, and we're talking about one of the roadsters or whatever from the what is it? The Griswolds. What are those called? I'm blanking.
Griswolds are stupid. What?
What's the car though? Station wagon?
Yeah, I can't think of
when we're talking about
station wagon.
Basketball takes a backseat to football, we're talking about backseat of a station wagon backseat or a Suburban. But
ooh, that's backseat turn around backwards.
Yes, I mean, so when we're good at football, basketball takes backseat. So we need to remember first off before we start demanding that we get better coaches and all this stuff. The best we've ever done was 2010 when we made an Elite Eight. Like, that is way, way, way down the list. I mean, if we make a Final Four this year, which I doubt, but if we make a Final Four, that would be the best that we've ever done. And that's the best we've done since 2010. We've not even made an Elite Eight since. So,
yeah.
You know, is it frustrating? Yes, I understand it. But to be honest with you, I don't know how Casper feels about it, but this team, I still think may or may not be built for the tournament. If we can get the offensive woes kind of figured out a little bit, I don't know. I think I would like to see us stick with this smaller, more athletic lineup.
No, I don't want to stick with one lineup, but this is what we're gonna pull the positives out here because this is the Little Tangerine Show, not dadgum the Sports Animal Radio. Sorry to say that loud. We talk about positives here. Here's the deal. We learned today that we can play small, but we also still have the option to go big. That's good. Based off who we're playing, we can pick our matchups. The coaches can go back and game plan that a little bit. I think that when we go small, if we're going to go small, we have to play that press defense. I think that's going to be the key. We can't go to that. Can't play half court defense. We got to play not like a hard press, but like what my coach would call a 70 press. Like we're there. We have a hand in your face. Make sure you're paying attention, but just enough to keep you stressed out. It's not really like we're trying to steal the ball and trap and all that, but make them play. I think that that's the key if we're going to stick small. And like I said earlier, dude, Awaka, dude, I'd like to throw him the ball down low and see what happens.
Just give him the ball, let him see what he does.
Like, I feel like he's good enough to make some of those hook shots where somebody's gonna have to crash and like we said, let's catch
to be honest with you though, Vescovi kind of plays better when things are a little chaotic. Like he's one of those people that sort of embraces the chaos a little bit. So like, I mean, at this point, it's like let's just start throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Going back to the messages. I know we're not a basketball school, but we can still be passionate. I'm 100% passionate. I'm right there with you. Offense was nice tonight. Change the subject. How do you think the Vols baseball does? I'd totally be okay with football and baseball school. Everything's cool. And, there really is not a lot of things that are better than a baseball game on a nice, like, spring day or summer day. So I'm going to be honest with you. If you guys have been on here frequently or listen to the podcast, I make no bones or mistake about it. This is the first year that I have been able to even keep up with like other sports besides football and basketball. I've not had every weekend off since 2014. Little known fact. As far as baseball, we got a lot of people back. Now, I have a baseball guy that's kind of our expert. Casper will tell you right now. Same thing I will. I'm not a baseball expert, but I think the baseball team's going to do well this year. But I'm going to wait until I bring my quote-unquote baseball guy on to dissect too far into that.
Am I going to be here for that?
You'll be here. Well, I mean, if you want to be here.
I don't know that you want me and him on the show together.
What is that? Because y'all will be taking too many shots?
Because both of us have a problem.
What, with talking about baseball or?
With alcohol, really. Yeah, it's...
It would turn into an absolute shot fest.
If you're gonna pull your baseball guy on here, I recommend you do it before 9:00 at night because I know what he's like at 9:00 at night, and it's. I mean, you want to call him right now?
what's strange enough is he would probably answer if I texted him right now and says, "Hey, buddy, we're live. Get on here and let's talk baseball." He would, but at that point, we would be off the rails.
Yeah. Love him to death. Hope he's listening to this
Like
on the
we would
plane
be
to Vegas.
off.
But
We would be off the rails, and those trains would be secured like Josh the Mechanic secured them, which is not at all.
like those rollbacks rolling through Knoxville with no straps on them.
I'm telling y'all right now, listen, if you are in the greater Knoxville area, or just anywhere for that matter, and you get behind them trash dudes with the dumpsters on the back, just get away.
Yeah, get away.
Because they do not strap them some bitches like you would hope. Gonna have to make a note on that now. What is it? 140.
1 hour 40 minutes. They don't have to be that good of a note. Just got the name out, but this is a PSA for real. Stay away from roll-off boxes. By God.
Just do not do it. Early football predictions. I think we talked about it a little bit last week, but hated Vol fan wants to know early football predictions. I'm going to say, I think we've talked about this.
Regular season wins only. Don't throw the ball.
Regular season?
Regular season wins. We want to hear
it. So here's the thing. I fully think we could go to the playoffs. I just want to let that be known. I fully think it. Maybe that's, optimism. Maybe that's because, me and Squirrel White are besties now. Best friends forever. Best friends forever. Sign. I'm just telling you, I think that we possibly could go all the way. I don't know why, but I just think, I don't know. This team, the way things lined up this year, I don't know. I think we could go all the way. But I'm going to say comfortably, I think we get 9 regular season wins. Comfortably. But for the record, if we win a natty, and we talked about this on episode 2-4, I think.
Was it show, boys?
Was it episode 2-4?
I don't know.
If we win the natty, assuming they have some orange colored Chubsy, which is basically a onesie that's probably too tight. If we win the natty, I will throw a Chubsy on and walk down some busy street in Knoxville.
No. Which one yet? Cumberland to the football stadium.
I don't know that I can make it that far. It's the only thing.
Well, I'll drag you.
I'd have to hop on one of those electric scooters and ride my way into town.
That would be even better. I'll pay for it. Bird scooter sounds great. Lock it in.
What about a big orange golf cart where I'm just smuggling grapes all the way to the stadium?
Yeah. So, all right, back to the comments here. So, hated Vol fan and Vol for Life are getting in it here with us. Vol for Life says 10-2.
I fully think that we can go all the way, but
do you think, like, when you say all the way, are you talking 12-0 or are you talking 11-1?
I think that we could. I think we could hit the top 4. Like, I think we can make the playoffs, but that's just looking at. So the reason why, and again, maybe it's just like biased optimism, but I think that we can hit the top 4 solely because I don't know what's going to happen with Georgia. I'm not going to say I learned my lesson. I'm not going to downplay Georgia because Kirby is a baller, but they're going to be in a kind of a weird rebuilding situation. Alabama is going to be in a weird rebuilding situation. Milroe has proved that he can't protect the ball. Maybe he gets better. Maybe he doesn't. However, like I've said before, I think that by the time we play him, which is like 5 or 6 games in, maybe they start Milroe. He keeps turning the ball over. Maybe he has some issues, and they bench him. So then they bring the next. I think that they could possibly be in some quarterback trouble by the time we play them. So Georgia is going to be in a weird situation. they're also playing us at home. We're going to Tuscaloosa, and I think that maybe they're in a weird spot. Now, the problem is Nick Saban's going to be out for blood this year because they, A, have a lot to prove, and B, it's mother effing Nick Saban. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's Nick Saban. So, like, you can't downplay that. But I think when you combine Georgia sort of being in a real rebuild mode, Bama being in rebuild mode, I think when you combine that with our schedule, I think we actually have a pretty decent shot. But do we win the East and go to the SEC title? I don't know because Georgia's still Georgia. But you look at the scope of that. I mean, like outside of the SEC, who's going to come in and take it? I mean, TCU don't have Max Duggan. They're probably not going to do anything. Colorado, they got Coach Prime, but they're not ready yet. No. USC, maybe. Ohio State, maybe. You got Penn State, Michigan. I think Michigan's probably going to be out for blood this year too. But when you look outside the SEC, it's like who's the other contenders? Notre Dame, probably not. I mean,
hey, I got one for you. The Tar Heels, baby. You better watch. Better watch it.
A strike one. Him. A strike one.
You've seen him. You've seen that quarterback out there.
Drake May is a baller.
Drake May. Yeah. Drake May. I'm telling y'all. Listen, they might say that Will Levis has good hands and intangibles, but by God, Drake May has better head of hair. Real quick, hated Vol fan. If you go streaking down Cumberland, I don't want to see that. So it'd be better if you were Kevin.
Oh man, I don't know if I'm tipsy or these comments are just popping off. But
no, I mean they're pretty good tonight.
Drake, I gotta say. Yeah, I freaking love y'all, man. It's off season and y'all are starting to come back a little bit. It makes me happy. Casper will tell you, I've been down a little bit, guys.
Thanks for being here. Y'all's host, not the ghost. Drew really needs y'all tonight. But so here's the thing, I hadn't wanted to say this because it's early in the off season, and I hope that sometime getting closer to football season we discuss this a little bit more. But the whole SEC schedule this year is going to be different. And the reason I think it's going to be different is there's probably going to be more night games in prime time, being that we're off CBS and we're moving to ESPN.
Dude, I'm telling you right now.
That's a big
full send, full hard stance when it comes to an SEC night game. Everything's on the table, dude. Like everything. I mean, like, dude, like, night games really dicked us over this year, but it is what it is.
They over the road team a lot. That's just what happens.
When it comes to a night game, I don't care what the record is or whatever. SEC night game, do not bet on. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So I'm very curious to see because we talk about so we're at Florida. Okay, what do we do whenever they put that game at 7:00 start? Like, I'm not that scared about playing at Florida. I probably should be a little bit more than I am. I'm not. But what happens when we go to Florida and it's at 7:00 on ESPN?
I mean, buckle up and get ready for a ride. I mean, that's because, we lost
at South Carolina because it was at 7:00. I still stand by the fact that game was at 3:30. We win that game. 100%. 100%.
Well, you were even kind of calling for Kentucky possibly being a trap game. The only reason why I didn't think it was a trap, but you said it's at night. That's where we got to be careful. The only reason why I didn't think it was a trap game was because it was at home. And I even said if there was going to be a trap game, it would be South Carolina because it's a night game. Dude, SEC night games, it doesn't matter what the record is. It doesn't matter who is favored. It's up for grabs. Yeah. So, and when we get closer to the season, now, especially now that you're on, and if I bring T-Fiddy on more, we're going to start getting more into the bets and the parlays and stuff, which I did a little bit this year. But if it's a SEC night game, do not bet on it. I'm putting that in the notes because I'm going to do like a full-on separite video about this.
Yeah. But anyways, At some point, this is a side note, and you can edit this out of this, but at some point on the show, we should totally do like a I don't know about week by week, but kind of a week by week, like highlighted game breakdown and how we think it's going to go. And we should do them like back to back to back and kind of
Well,
sort of seem like
I'd
season,
say
but
we probably will because I kind of on the lives last year covered my parlays and stuff.
yeah,
I know you're kind of new to the lives a little bit,
yeah.
but
So here's the thing, though. So back to that whole ESPN thing. They haven't said that it's all going to be night games. They could still do 3:30 ABC games, but if I'm ESPN and I have Tennessee, Florida, and then the same day I've got Auburn and well, I'm just throwing names out here. Let's say Auburn and LSU. And I mean, what are you putting at 7 o'clock at night? I'm just curious because I know what I'm putting at 7 o'clock at night, and it ain't
yeah,
Auburn LSU. So,
yeah.
and I think the fact that we're probably going to be one of the top teams in the SEC is really going to add to the fact that we're going to get the primetime games. But hey, the good news is we played in some primetime games last year. Did anybody play more primetime games than us last year? Because I don't think so.
No, because the Big
I
Orange
mean,
is back, baby.
we were in 3 game day games. Is that right? 3 game day games or 4? They were here twice, but they were at Georgia.
Yeah, it was 3.
So, like, clearly that, we talk about the disrespect that Tennessee gets all the time, right? But hey, they know what's going on. Listen, if game day comes down this year, listen, I don't know for those few of you that aren't here, Vol for life and hated Vol fan, we're gonna meet up with y'all behind Kirk Herbstreit and hopefully behind Pat McAfee, and we're gonna get Big Drewski out there in some overalls, and we're gonna make sure we make the TV show, okay? But I'm I really think that that the whole thing about the night games in the SEC has really got some chance to actually shake up things, and I'm curious to see if it does or not. So,
I mean, dude, like I said, I put it in the notes. I'm going to probably do a full on separate clip about it. Like I said, dude, SEC night games, it's all on the table. Like I don't know that if I did bet, I would probably bet on the underdog. Just to be honest with you. But the other thing too is, I mean, dude, it's not even in my notes. I know we talked about it like just texting because me and Casper are actually friends in real life. I mean, I don't know if you guys picked up on that or not.
I mean,
We
I don't know
talk
about friends. We're
constantly.
acquaintances.
No, we're friends. We're besties. But what you guys see is only a small clip of our conversations. But like we've talked about, I don't know if y'all seen this or not, but baby, Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC in 2024 is official as
We can talk
per
about that tonight. We don't have
ESPN.
time.
I mean, dude, the SEC is about to just be freaking lit, son. I mean, like, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for my Xbox to get in. I can't wait for the newest game to come out of. By the way, we got any gamers on here? NCAA football. Well, I about said 14, but I guess it would technically be like
Revamped
24.
NCAA
Revamped.
football. Revamped.
I'm going to take the Vols all the way, baby, to the promised land. It's going to be fantastic.
I really hope you stream the South Carolina game on here because I'd really like to see that. And if we win, and
We're on
then
the
makes
road
it to
to
the whole game,
redemption.
can we just we'll send that to ESPN and ask if they
Dude,
can
I was
air that
playing
one
NCAA
Saturday night.
football 14 the other day, and Hooker got hurt like second game. I was like, my God, this really is realistic, I guess. I don't know. Did you see? By the way, have you watched? I've watched the full clip. Have you watched him on Pat McAfee?
Hooker?
Yeah, the clip from
No.
the other day.
You told me about it, dude. I've been watching. So the thing is here, you've got me really stirred up on podcasts lately,
Mm-hmm.
and my podcast list, that I listen to throughout the day, it's behind. I'm behind on it, and so I have not. Like I've been trying to catch back up. So no, I have not. I'm sorry.
Vols for Life 228 says, "Pack the Swamp is happening." He and then hated Vols fan says, "I was front row at game day against Bama." I probably have you
That's awesome,
recorded
dude.
on my DVR.
Yeah,
I
so do I.
wanted to go so bad, but I was also like, okay, if I sit at home and watch it, and then I think I ended up streaming throughout the day because this was like the first time versus Florida was kind of the birth of the streaming.
Yeah.
And then I think by the time Bama hit, I was like, whatever.
What
But
I can tell y'all about the Bama game is that Big Drew was dedicated, stayed at home to stream with y'all instead of coming to hang out with the boys. So
This is true because
I was
literally y'all
also
was
gonna
trying to
go.
get me to come out. I was like, no, I can't. I gotta stream. And you're
So,
like, what?
hey, we got a quick Bama story too, okay, guys? So, all right, me and Big Drewski here, we don't have season tickets or nothing, unfortunately, because we're just some working Joes. But I got a phone call. I think it's on Friday morning about 9
Oh
a.m.
yeah,
You
I've
remember
never
this?
I've never told this story. This is straight up behind the scenes.
If this gets back to the person I'm talking about, I'm not sorry. I just want you to know this. You don't know because I know he
You
doesn't
dead to
know.
me.
I've never
You
said
dead
anything
to
to him
me.
about it. But so my wife calls me and she was like, "Hey, my uncle said he's got his 2 tickets. He's had them posted on StubHub all week, and they're so high, nobody's buying them." And he was like, for the Alabama game, right? And they're not great seats, but I actually enjoyed them. We went for the Akron game,
The
but that's
Archon
another
game.
story. Arkansas game,
That
excuse
is
me.
a whole another
Well, there's
like
that, but just for the record, guys, this is a shout out to Mrs. Casper the Ghost. She went to the Archon State game like 8 months
Prager's
and 4 weeks pregnant and walked to the top. We sat in the YY section, for those of you who don't know
ready
where that is.
to pop,
Right
son.
there next to that new video board. But anyway, so I'm proud of her. We had a great time. I kinda count that as my son's first Vols game, to be honest. But,
Well, hey,
so
that's
anyways,
like Mechanic Josh counts Garth Brooks at Neyland as his first concert because his son was in his wife's belly at the time.
yeah, see, and a lot of people could hear it, but so anyway, so my wife calls me from work. She works, at a hospital, and she called me, and she's like, "Hey, my uncle has had trouble selling his tickets. It's Friday before the game." Like,
This is a
she's
sore
like
spot for me,
she's
by
like
the way.
she's like, "Do you wanna go? He's got 2 tickets." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "How much is he selling tickets for?" And she's like, "Well, he had them posted for, whatever it was." And she's like, "Well, he said he'd, give them to you for like it was a decent, what was it, like 300 a seat or something like that?"
Oh, it
I
was
think
like
he
I think it was
said.
like 400 plus a seat because that was enough for me to be like,
No, 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 no. I think he said he was gonna give them to us for like 300 a seat.
well, yeah, but they were trying to get
Yeah,
the
yeah. What he had them on StubHub for was more than that, but what he was gonna
yeah.
sell them to us was like 300 seat, and he was still making money on that. But I was fine with it. Like I was willing to pay it, right? So I called I called
Oh,
Big Drewski here
I
immediately.
was
I'm like,
I was about to
like,
hit up
quit,
Klarna.
hang
I was
back up.
about to.
Hey buddy. So real quick, you want to go to the game tomorrow? He's like, the hell? I mean, yeah. He's like, how much? And he's like, oh.
I was gonna clean out Doge, Shibcoin,
Yeah.
Robinhood as a
We were
whole,
like trying to figure out how we
Klarna.
can affect the stock market.
I
What kind
mean,
of bet can we hit tonight? But
can I sell
so
plasma?
I, before I had called Drew, I had already told him like, yeah, I'll take the tickets. I'll find somebody to go with. Like we'll figure it out, right? And uh, so he said okay or whatever. He couldn't get the tickets off StubHub, is the story I was told. So me and Drew didn't get to go, and I
I
was
would
really
have
looking
painted
forward.
his belly
Yeah,
orange.
it's like you got to understand that, like, I know that I'm sitting down and Drew's sitting down, but me and Drew, we're both big guys, okay? Like I'm 6'7", all right? Drew and
I'm
I'm
probably
6'7", 350, okay? Like I'm
I'm
a big
probably
old
like
boy.
6 foot, close to 350. I mean, I'm
And
big,
like,
just different kind of big.
it's just wild. But anyway, so like we would have made it on TV because I mean, like if I went, I was tearing the goalpost down, period. But
You would have stuck out like a sore
like,
thumb.
me because you know how intoxicated I would have been at that point. Like, I probably would have gone to jail. But anyways, so me and Drew didn't get to go. Drew stayed home and kind of grew this stream thing, which I thought was awesome when I learned about it later.
Yeah,
But
because
I
at the
went.
time, that was probably one of the first big tentpole nights. But that was the night where, like, I scared my entire family because my wife and my daughter have never seen me yell or scream at the TV like that. And at that point, like, my wife it put a weird dynamic between us because she's like, "My God, you need to calm down." I was about like, "Baby, listen,
Hell no!
we've been married.
No!
We've been married for like 6 years, but I've been a Vols fan for like 28 years." So
Yeah.
like it put a weird dynamic between us. But yeah, that was actually a fun night. It ended up being pretty fun. But
But
anyways,
the key to this story is Drew did skip hanging out with the boys and smoking his stogie
yeah, because you
to be on
had
the
one
line with
ready
y'all.
for me.
Dude, if you hold on, I've got it right here. Like it's still it's literally in this drawer, like right here. But anyway,
Yeah,
so
because
you know
y'all were
that was
like,
that.
"Come on out and party." And I'm like, "I can't. I'm streaming." And you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like,
So here's the deal, though, guys. So I went and hung out with T Fitty, who's made a guest appearance on here, and one of his buddies and a couple other guys at somebody's house to watch the game. Went over there. It's cool. For those of you that are in Knoxville, you're gonna understand what I say. So the game ends. I'm like, all right, I gotta go, guys. I got a wife and a baby at home. Like, I gotta go home. Right. So I left. You know, had them, smoked them, left, kind of thing. Right. And guys, I'm coming across Alcoa Highway, like getting pretty close to the bridge across downtown, and I see like state troopers out the wazoo and an ambulance and buses. And I'm like, oh shit, that's Bama. This is one of my most proud moments of
I
living
never
in
even heard this
living in
story.
Knoxville. Okay, I'm coming across the bridge. I'm talking to my dad on the phone because my dad, he was like, Tennessee is not going to beat Alabama. It's never going to happen. You know that's never going to happen. Blah blah blah. Anyways, and I'm talking to him on the phone when I'm driving home. It's like, shit, I think that's the bus. I think that's the team. And then I watched like the whole line of 20 cars that I was in. Every single one of them rolled down their windows and went just like this as the bus rolled by. The whole way, middle finger. I was like, get your ass back to the airport and get the hell out of here and never come back. And I'm pretty sure I heard Nick Saban yelling. That's the story, and I'm sticking with it. As far as the yelling
I've never
goes,
even
I'm
heard this
sticking
story.
with it. And then, like, so I'm listening to the radio, and they're talking about, well, the goalposts are going down Cumberland, like, towards, like, for those of you from Knoxville, you'll know Alcoa Highway. And I'm like, what? Where's it going? I hope it's going to the river because please don't bring it over here because I'm trying to go home. But yeah. So it was an awesome night, and but yeah, we were gonna go, didn't get to go. It's a shame, but that is kind of what got us here, Big Drewski. Is it not? I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, a little bit. Like, I mean, that was a good night, dude, for sure. Like, I mean, I still remember. I think I posted like probably 4 videos, and then I ended up going live until like 4 in the morning because
yeah,
people were just like, "Oh my God, we
yeah.
beat Bama!"
'Cause that's when guys like hated Vol fan were getting home was 3 a.m. So he had to get home and then get sober. So
Yeah, he said he was a part of tearing down the goalpost. I mean, that's an
I'm proud of you,
iconic
son.
moment.
I am proud of you, and I wish I was there. I'm sorry I was not.
We tried, dude. I mean, because literally, like, we started game playing, and like we hit it from T Fitty and everybody. Like, we were straight up just like, okay, like, because I was literally like, okay, I can sell my computer, like maybe I could sell the nugget, and like, like I was running through all types of different scenarios. Like,
Well, no, you can't ever sell the nugget. If you ever
I
try to sell the
know.
nugget, do not sell without calling me first, please.
Yeah,
That
I
needs to
mean,
go in a
dude,
museum
that's like a
somewhere.
running joke. So, y'all, I've got like a '04 Ford Taurus that I ran for about 3 years without putting a drop of oil in. Um, at one point, I straight up like accidentally put, was it transmission?
Yes,
It was transmission fluid in the oil.
because Valvoline only makes oil.
Right, because like I only get Valvoline high mileage oil, but for some reason I got Valvoline high mileage transmission fluid, and I like glanced at the labels like high mileage. Okay, cool, that's got to be it, and like just dumped it in the car. But yeah, I call it the Nugget, but it's a '04 white Ford Taurus that has been to
500,000 miles
to
on it,
hell
still
and
chugga
back.
lugga lugga lugging.
I think it's like 300,000 miles, but like,
No, it's not 557,000 miles. Don't you
but
lie to
like,
these people.
the boys are like, my God, how's that thing still running? And I'm like, I'm afraid to put oil in it or give it any kind of maintenance because I'm afraid it's going to break down. Like, but yeah, no, I would never sell that thing.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're planning for game day over here. Hey, we hit us back up week before, and we'll I can't plan that far ahead, trust me, but I do 100% kind of plan on going to game day for Georgia. I hadn't really talked to Drew about that yet.
It's
I don't,
weird
I don't know how the
because
live
like
thing's gonna work, but
I'm always torn because like I want to go and get drunk and embarrass myself, but at the same time, those are actually phenomenal streaming days for me. So I'm like,
well,
but I think the eventual plan though that like me and you talked about was like streaming and just
at the
posting
game,
up somewhere to stream
at the
and
game.
just being like, woo, and just like telling everybody like, let's
Yeah.
get drunk and just ball stuff, you know?
Like, I think it's perfect. The problem that we'll run into will be the bandwidth, but I got some connections.
Oh, really? Mm.
I've actually got multiples, so um, that could work. But we'll figure it out. But we gotta have listen, you guys that's on here, you got to share this thing because we need this thing bumping. Okay.
Dude, I'm telling you, I want nothing but like the most hardcore Vols fans surrounded by me,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
because it's rough, man. But like we get through it together, you know. But like I
Anybody that's
think
on
it's
here right
funny,
now is a hardcore Vols fan. If you weren't, you wouldn't be listening to us talk. So thank
probably.
y'all for who is here. We appreciate
Hated
that.
Vols fan is hanging around. Billy the Goat just joined.
Billy
Uh,
the Goat.
Billy the Goat, Billy Goat. Yeah, Hated Vols fan said one of the best nights of my life. I got to hear. By the way, Hated Vols fan, if you're not already listening to the podcast, it's called The Little Tangerine Show. But
And
all these shout outs that we're giving you are going to be in the podcast, so it's kind
correct.
of cool. You're like
Share it with your
forever.
friends. Tell them.
You're forever immortalized in the podcast.
And
One
honestly,
of the
we hope
best
you're
nights.
here every single Saturday. Because can I say this real quick? Because I've only been on here. This is my third time. Your
Is it
comments
really? It
have
feels like it's
been
been way more than
your
that.
comments have been right here, 100%, dude. Other than that whole thing about firing Rick Barnes, that was a little bit ignorant. But
Yeah,
hey,
we'll
you
let
know,
that slide
we'll let it slide.
because we love you. We
Yes,
love you, and that's
yes,
all that matters.
yes.
Listen, we are planning this right now. We're going to meet up for the Georgia game, and we're going to go to game day. We will paint up, whatever you want to do. I need to come up with like a name for like I don't know if we call them like the Drewskis or
No,
you know
no, we're not
like
there yet.
on the duck call room or the duck
Yeah,
call
I know what you're
podcast.
talking
They
about.
call them the sidekick cool people, but I
I
don't know.
I kind of think that the tangerines is maybe good.
Big
Um,
Drewski and the
I
Tangerines.
actually I had this thought at some point we were talking about going to the game. Like, dude, what if we just take my truck and just go to Walmart and buy a pallet of cuties and just start throwing them at people with
Just
we could put
chucking them.
stickers on them for the show.
Ooh, I like
I
that.
mean, but anyways, and then
I
hey,
mean, if
listen,
we ever
when
go
Clifton comes to
anywhere,
town, we could throw cuties at him instead of mustard bottles.
oh yeah, we'll throw cuties at them.
We can have it
Throw cuties at them at their piggly
cut it. I'm
wigglies.
talking about the tangerines, you biggest dog. If I'm all by God.
I mean,
But
realistically, if we
listen,
ever go to a game though, or like game day or anything, we're gonna stick out like a sore thumb, dude. Because
yeah,
like
I'm
you're
17 feet tall,
6'7",
and I will
I'm
show up in the checkerboard overalls, just for the
I'm
record.
round and robust. Like we're gonna look like the number 10 walking around, and like there's just gonna be no denying it.
But listen, that could be our thing. If we can get a good enough parking spot, we can hand out little tangerines that we
Ooh,
can throw at the refs when we suck. Dear University of Tennessee, we would never do this anywhere near your premises. But anyways,
I was gonna say I don't know if they love that heat. Let's tone it down a little bit. let's tone it down a little bit. Oh,
if y'all got
happy
Instagram, I don't have
happy go
Instagram,
lucky
dude.
joined.
God, who's got time for all this stuff?
You need to build up your TikTok though, so you can go live. I mean, you're going live with me, but it's in a
my
random.
TikTok. I don't care what. Listen, you know what my show's about? My show's about dirt racing. They don't believe in TikTok because they all voted for Trump, and Trump said that TikTok's from China and it's from hell. So
Pretty much. I mean, it kind of is, I guess, but you know.
sorry, TikTok. That's not my opinion. That's not my opinion. I don't.
I was gonna say,
I'll use whatever.
don't get me
I'll go
banned.
where the people want me to go. Y'all already hate Big Drew.
The first time was all me. I mean, I pissed TikTok off so much they mess with my algorithms, but that's neither here nor there. There's a podcast episode on that. Go find it. But
it's all connected.
It's all connected. By the way, going back to the show notes, this is random. We talked about it, but I just want to get a hard stance from you.
Okay.
Are you going to try the Chick-fil-A cauliflower sandwich?
Absolutely not.
You're not even at least like just. But okay, so here's the thing. Okay, hear me out. Plant-based things suck, but it's Chick-fil-A. That's Jesus chicken we're talking about.
Here, this is the props I will give Chick-fil-A. At least it's not plant-based. It's actually a plant. I have more respect for that than I have for an Impossible Whopper, which I know your bitch ass would eat if they gave it to you for free. So
I probably would. I mean, I tried I like black bean burgers and stuff.
No,
but
they're trash.
They're not as good as regular burgers. But I'm just saying, if you're trying to be healthy, a black bean burger with barbecue sauce literally just tastes like a chili burger.
No, it doesn't. You're lying.
They've got me at least a little bit curious.
Listen, dude. For all you people that's listening, okay. You're laughing already.
You're gonna have to take this hard stance segment and put it into your podcast.
Let me take a hard stance.
By the way, if y'all like racing, check his podcast out.
If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, this is probably time for you to just turn this shit off, okay? Listen, if you're going to go to Chick-fil-A and get a fried piece of cauliflower on a effing sandwich, what are you doing with your life? Like, if you want to be healthy, don't get it fried, for one. For two, like, just get the chicken. It's not bad for you, okay? Like, God bless.
So you're saying you're not going to try it?
Listen, why is what about you know what? All right, this is my true conspiracy theory. It's all connected, okay? Listen, here's the thing about cauliflower. So, for those of you that don't know,
the famous Subway sandwich says, "Bro, I hope y'all beat us."
Let me tell you right now.
I don't know if he's talking about Chick-fil-A or Subway or what. I'm thoroughly enthralled
right now. Okay, listen to this. Okay, I'm a farmer okay, I'm not really, but I could be. I have the papers that say I can be.
You were born a farmer, but then you moved to the city.
I was born a farmer, and then I married this woman that's not into that. Okay, that's what happened. She makes a lot of money. So, anyways, but here's the deal.
She makes a lot of money.
Here's the deal. Y'all all think you're healthy. It's not that healthy. But here's the deal about cauliflower. They got cauliflower pizza crust. They got cauliflower rice. They got
the cauliflower pizza crust. The cauliflower pizza crust is actually decent. Like it's not full gas, but it's decent.
Now. I would turn you off if I was hosting this crap. Listen to me. This is the problem. Cauliflower is the worst vegetable you can eat. And they were like, "Hey, I got an idea. This tastes like ass. So let's make it into a pizza crust. Let's make it into a chicken sandwich."
Well, so I think that's part of the thing, though. It has no taste, so it's kind of flexible.
Here's the thing. With my job, I get to visit Chick-fil-A once a week, and I'm going to ask them about how they're going to make this thing. I am.
The famous Subway sandwich asked cauliflower sandwich. Yes, Chick-fil-A they are experimenting.
Here. Holy shit.
They are experimenting with a Chick-fil-A cauliflower sandwich.
So as I was standing in the Chick-fil-A line, was it Friday? I think it's Friday for 45 minutes or something ignorant because they can't get it. It's whatever. Anyways, we were reading this article. And Chick-fil-A is going to try a fried cauliflower / chicken sandwich for those of you that like nastiness. And
he's full on revved up.
Like I said, cauliflower It's the worst vegetable grown to
What
man.
up, Josh?
100% the worst. Who the hell is Seth Mechanic?
Josh,
Anyway,
we have referenced you several times in this podcast already,
okay,
just
I'm not
tonight
done yet.
alone.
Cauliflower
Seth's
is
worked up about Chick-fil-A
the worst
releasing a cauliflower
vegetable. But for
sandwich.
some reason, we've decided that that's what we're going to try to use as the healthy alternative. And that's because, guess what? The cauliflower farmers aren't selling anything because it's nasty. Listen, the only thing cauliflower is used for before they made it into rice and pizza dough is it effing sits on the vegetable bar at Red Ruby Tuesdays and daggum sits there. It's probably the same one for 10 years. The ones that's still sitting there probably been there for 10 years. Like, it's probably fake, honestly, because it's just nasty. But for some reason, we're going to slice it and then call it a sandwich because we deep fried it in chicken grease. No! No. Go to California and hopefully the damn thing gets nuked and falls off into the ocean.
The funniest part about this whole hard stance segment that you've now just went off the rails on is you said more words in the last 4 minutes than you probably have the last 3 episodes combined.
Oh, that's because you shut up and let me talk about it.
I have been told I don't let you talk.
Ask our buddy Memphis.
Yeah, rip to my homie. He got buried away in the deep files of the blocked.
Cauliflower is worse than terrible. It's literally the worst thing you can grow in the ground. Honestly, it's a waste of the nutrients out of the ground to grow the shit.
When
It
I was
literally is a
younger,
waste.
I used to go to Shoney's, which you now enjoy and
Shoney's
have
breakfast
discovered.
is banging for those of y'all that don't know.
Yeah, Casper just tried Shoney's for the first time in
T-Fitty, thank you. Thank you, T-Fitty.
Yeah, that was like the first time of your life, like the last week. But when I was younger, they used to have cauliflower on the breakfast bar, and I used to eat just cauliflower with ketchup. True story.
Okay. Who harmed you as a child to make you eat cauliflower with ketchup?
We grew up.
Not even with
I
mean, okay, like this is a legitimate discussion. Okay, when you went to all the church parties, because you grew up in the South like I did, when you went to church parties and they had the vegetable tray had this is the vegetable: celery, broccoli, carrots, cauliflower. That was the 4 in the sections with the ranch in the middle. Did anybody touch the cauliflower? No, never. It was always all left, even when the church thing was over. Even when they didn't order enough food.
I did, but I just dipped it in ketchup. Which I'm telling you, if I would have had Whataburger spicy ketchup, I would have went a lot further with that dish in life than I did. But yeah,
I'll tell you right now what it is. Well, never mind. I can't say that. We don't want to identify any churches on the show. Never mind. Move on. Done.
Josh the Mechanic says, I'm going to try it. The famous Subway sandwich says, Chick-fil-A is chicken, nothing else. By the way, their chicken noodle soup is banging if you guys have ever tried it.
No,
Subway is still the
you're going to
GOAT.
have enough time at your new job to just sit around and try whatever the hell you want. Congratulations. I wish we all had your life.
So my thing with cauliflower is it has no flavor, but if you treat it like potatoes, that's the best way to do it. Just treat it like potatoes. Like, so my wife's done like, do what?
We could make vodka out of it. I mean,
I've never tried that, but like, so like my
something.
wife, when she makes cauliflower, she'll do like a steamed, like baked cauliflower, but she'll throw like a little bit of cheese, a little bit of seasoning and stuff on top of it. And it's basically kind of like a loaded potato, not really like a casserole, but she'll do like a little bit of cheese.
And make nasty food taste good. And I believe that she can because she seems awesome.
She definitely can. Oh, by the way, well, I'll have to tell you that off camera, but I ran into a coworker today at Texas Roadhouse. You'll have to remind me of that. Route 41.
Oh, baby. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, oh, hey, this is my lady, but yeah, that'll be an off-camera situation. Josh the Mechanic says, oh wait, hated Vol fan got back in on it. Nobody touched the cauliflower. And I'm gonna try it. I ate all the cauliflower, ouch, broccoli, and yeah, see, Josh the Mechanic's on the healthy life now. He might be on some cauliflower.
Josh the Mechanic's about to gain 100 pounds in a year. Love you, buddy.
No, he's about to be he's gonna be making so much money he can afford dehydrated fruits and vegetables.
Listen, as somebody that's been on the road getting it paid for, he's gonna be ordering he's gonna go to Domino's from the hotel room. He's gonna click the button that says $5, whatever you want, and he's gonna get a pizza, a sandwich,
Yeah,
a
but
sub, dessert,
he's
and
about
chicken wings.
Josh the Mechanic's about to be on
Throw
the
half of it
road, but
away.
he's about to be making white girl Instagram influencer money though. So he can
Better
afford
go get with his Cadillac.
broccoli and ranch is way better than anything with cauliflower. Ooh, I do like a good steamed broccoli with some cheese.
I'll tell you what, if y'all eat cauliflower, I'm leaving this show and never coming back.
No, you actually finally started talking. Broccoli and ranch is way better. Oh, but no, I don't even have to pay for lunch and dinner now. Ooh, he's got a good point. I used to eat steamed broccoli with ranch and hot dogs when I was younger. Nope, I ate steak for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, see, he's on a different level now, son. If he made ramen noodles, he'd make it with Fiji water. That's the level we're at right now.
And truff sauce instead of sriracha.
Hated Vols fan is back. Don't talk about the caddy.
Listen, the
I
Nugget
freaking
has
love
got
you,
the caddy whooped. We already talked about the Nugget on this episode before your lazy ass got on here, and the
dude.
caddy's
I'm
eating
telling you
junk
right
compared to the
now,
Nugget.
the Nugget it has defied all odds.
The Nugget.
So now that I got you worked up about cauliflower, apparently the internet thinks that Dion is just going to tank this year.
I think that's good because that's going to really help me in your odds when it comes next year whenever we bet Colorado on the over on the wins.
So, let me, while we're talking about this, I'm going to pull up the schedule. But so I've put and
They
for
just played on Sports Center again. I'm gonna turn this shit off.
oh the basketball the basketball game is garbage. But I'm gonna see if I can pull up the page.
Their shorts were ugly too, just for the record.
You said the shorts are ugly?
Yeah, Missouri shorts are trash. It's like two-tone black. They're awful.
Dude, I just made it to South Carolina. Oh yeah, I forgot you're going to Columbia.
I thought you were on Sunday. Today's Saturday, isn't it? God, please don't have me Sunday.
Steak is awesome. Honestly, my favorite right now is sauteed deer sirloin chopped up in ramen. Ooh, we're making big money moves, dude.
I like deer sirloin, but with ramen,
I like some deer jerky now. That's some good stuff.
Oof. If you have deer jerky, it turns out the little Tangerine Show is sponsored by your deer jerky. If you send it to them in the mail, he shares it with me.
I need to get a PO box just so I can get shit like that sent to me. Let me see here. I'm pulling up the Colorado schedule. My computer's a little slow, but I was gonna pull up.
Sorry. I just have Sports Center on in my studio, aka my garage, aka it's awesome. But
you ought to come up with a ballin' ass name for it though, like Mission Control or something. Besides my garage, you need a cooler name than that.
Yeah, we'll work on that. I'll tell you what. I'll put that in the comments in my next episode that I should be filming right now, but instead I'm hanging out with you because it's more fun than my racing show because there's only 14 fans in racing. Oh, wait. Hold on. I wanted to let you know. I was looking at my numbers today on Anchor, which is where you can find the Little Tangerine Show for those of you who don't know. Look up on Anchor, Apple Podcasts. You have Google set up, Stitcher, Pandora. Look for this podcast anywhere you can find it. But listen, here's the thing. Man, I just want to let you know that I was looking at my analytics, and you keep saying Dirt Racing only has 14 fans. Turns out I have 16 in my audience. So, we've gained 3. Just want to let you know.
So, I have pulled up for your viewing pleasure the comment section of this post. Predict Colorado's record next season at TCU versus Nebraska versus Colorado State at Oregon versus Southern California at Arizona versus Stanford, UCLA, Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, Utah. So we're just going to read some.
Game. I'm sorry, it's kind of small on my screen. I can't quite tell.
Let me see if I can. I might be able to make it.
Nebraska. It's Nebraska. I can see it now. Okay. Never mind. I want full screen.
Randy Fink, undefeated, 1-5. I just see 3, maybe 4 get lucky, but in the SEC, 0-11, so that's completely irrelevant comment. 1 to 2 games they should win. The rest are going to be tough. 6 losses for sure. I mean, like, dude.
So let's start, Big Drew. Let's hear your prediction. TCU.
TCU, I'm going to say that they're going to come out and smack him in the mouth and actually win that one.
I 100% agree. I'm betting it. 100%. 1,000%. Yeah, I'm with you. It was big enough. It was big enough. You're good.
Nah, just accidentally. I've been drinking a little bit, so I clicked the wrong button.
Why would you?
My computer's slow.
Oh, we're on your Facebook.
Yeah.
Let's open your messages. See if you're anything good.
That's probably not a good idea. There's JJJ.
Oh, yeah.
Josiah Jordan James. But I've got there we go. Nebraska, that's at home. I'm going to say loss. Colorado State, going to be win. Probably going to lose at Oregon. So at that point, they would be 1 and...
Wait.
No, they would be 2-2.
Hold on. Nebraska, did you see how trash they were this year?
I did, but I think Nebraska's probably going to get a dub. However, I think they're going to come out and play really hard against Southern California. I could actually see them still in that game at home. So at that point, that would be 3-2. I could see them beating Arizona, so that'd be 4-2. I think maybe they lose to Stanford, so that would be 4-3. Probably going to lose to UCLA 4-4. I think they'll come back, probably beat Oregon State, so that'd be 5-4. I'm gonna skip Arizona for now. I think that they may be able to beat Washington State, so that would be what, 5-4?
No, they're not winning at Washington State. Sorry. I'll go over the 9 when you're done. I'll go, and you can go ahead and mark it down.
I think without Mike Leach, though, they might be able to steal that one. But I don't know that they'll beat Utah. But Arizona, I think they might go, I'm going to say one way or another, probably at least 7-5. That's kind of my unofficial prediction.
I'm going to go bold here. You ready? Because there's everybody listening, pay attention right here. I'm going bold. 9-3.
Ooh, so, I mean, who's the 3 losses going to be?
At Oregon. Against USC, and then at Utah.
So you also think they're going to be Washington State after just giving me crap? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. No. So here's the thing: that USC and that Washington State, that right there, one of those is what they're going to lose. They're going to lose Oregon, Utah, and then one of those 2. And they shouldn't win either of those 2, but they'll win one of them. They shouldn't, but they will. They really probably shouldn't beat TCU, but I 100% think that they are going to beat TCU. I
think they will without Max Duggan, because we got to remember this coaching staff's only been there for a year so far. So they'll be in year 2 when they're playing Coach Prime. So year 2 staff without Max Duggan, I could definitely see them beating TCU.
I mean, didn't we pull up on FanDuel that the over-under on their wins for the season was 4.5?
Yes, at this current point. But
pull it up, like, guys, hammer that. Jesus.
The odds, yeah, let me pull that up. The odds are not that great. It's only like plus 100 or something. I'll pull it up.
By the way, Josh, I hate you for getting to see some snow. You know, we live in this damn area up here in East Tennessee in the valley and get snow. Everywhere around here has snow, but we ain't
Josh says, I'll send my address for some beef jerky.
Yeah. He
really are a bastard.
Don't send him any.
Yeah, you're going to be making so much money. You're such a bastard. You don't need these people to be sending you deer.
He's got deer in his backyard. Just tell him to shoot one.
No kidding. He's about to have like 3 Airbnb
houses.
I was going to say, he's about to have like 3 Airbnbs, making all kinds of money. Let me see here. Oh, my phone's in the other room.
What do you need to see?
I was going to try to pull up the FanDuel, but my phone's
I got you. You want Colorado?
Yeah, I just want to see it.
Yep. Keep talking.
Bama's getting rough. I wish I could get something other than damn tornadoes and floods down here in Bama. Ooh, I feel you there.
I got a buddy down there in Bama, and he was texting me today, and he's like, "I'm tired of this bullshit." So hang in there, man. I lived there for a while. It's bad.
Yeah, he doesn't like to talk about it, but he did live there for a while.
I am not an Alabama fan. Don't listen to anything Drew says. Truthfully, what really pushed me to being a Tennessee fan was living in Alabama. Colorado regular season wins 2023 over under 4.5. Over is plus 114. Under is negative 138.
If it stays at that, I'll probably throw some money on it. The problem is like it's $5 to win like $5.43 or something.
Yeah, but like it's one of those. If you guys have the money sitting around on here, I don't know who Joshua Goodman 3 keeps talking about. There's some guy that 4-letter name starts with S. I don't know who the hell he's talking to, but anyways,
yeah, I mean, because it's obviously me and Casper on here. I don't know who this Seth character is.
In my opinion, I feel like if you like, I mean, you know my situation.
By the way, we do also have Confusionist on here as well.
Hey,
cough. He said elbow cough. The latest, greatest ADT security expert on the
anyways,
absolute goat.
What I was gonna say is, shit. Sorry, that got me so distracted. I can't stop laughing. What I was gonna say is, like, I mean, if you have like $3,000 or $4,000, that Colorado over. I mean, our addict front buddy P City. I mean,
if you have 3,000 or 4,000 laying around,
like, I mean, it's 4.5. 4.5.
That's pretty low.
Prime is not going under 500.
That's pretty low.
He's not.
I mean, that's a pretty low.
That's how I feel about it.
Confusion says my two favorite sexy, clean shaven, and bearded drunks. I have been drinking a little bit.
Don't worry about it.
What we say, a quarter of this store bought moonshine. Josh has got the good stuff. By God.
He's too busy saving money at home to be worried about this stream, but
Josh says, do you think it's a good investment? I mean, dude, I'm not going to tell nobody how to spend their money. I'll probably
I'm not telling you ever. I would never tell anybody to use gambling as an investment, but by God, if I was going to, that's the one I would say.
Confusionist knows somebody, though, that could that likes to use gambling as an investment, though.
Yes, he does. Somebody's probably asleep right now, so I won't worry about it. But definitely past his bedtime. He goes to bedtime with Papa. But
by the way, speaking of bets, just at random Super Bowl, because Confusionist he's a football fan now.
No, he's not. He was for like a year, but
his team's out. But Super Bowl, I'm Eagles. I think you said you're Chiefs, right?
All right, so
you said T50 swung you
to the Chiefs, yes, and then I talked to El Padre, and now I'm kind of swung back to the Eagles.
What did he see that he liked?
Jalen Hurts is what he saw that he liked, but
Jalen Hurts is in fact the X factor.
So he said that, and I reminded him that Jalen Hurts got pulled from a national championship game because he didn't have the nuts to get it done. And, he brought up the point. He said that might be true.
Josh said the Titans. He said Titans.
Yeah, he doesn't like the NFL because he's a jerk. But anyways, back to the real game.
So, I will bring him on here and let him shit talk you to your face.
Listen, I bet he wouldn't say that shit if he was standing here because he knows I beat his ass.
We're quoting the biggest dog of them all now.
Anyways, what I was gonna say, so about Super Bowl, so you got the Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes thing. My concern with Mahomes, which have you seen the videos? First of all, let's go back. Have you seen the videos on Facebook making fun of all the old white guys that like Mahomes? Because it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
No, I haven't.
They're
I've
like,
missed that somehow.
it's the guy that does those old. He's like, in the South videos, and he like sticks a pillow in his t-shirt, and he like tucks his t-shirt in his blue jeans. He's got like crazy tattoos, and he's like, how Southern dad mows the grass and stuff, but. It's funny, but they're talking about, how these guys like Patty Mahomes, this, Patty
Which is
Mahomes, that,
funny
blah, blah,
because
blah.
I literally always say Patty Mahomes and I purposely misquote
I
him,
don't
just
say
like I do
Patty, I
Marty
say
Truex
Mahomes,
Jr.
but anyways, so here's the thing. I was talking to Dad about it, and Jalen Hurts choked in the Natty.
Yes, he
This is
got
his
benched
opportunity.
by Tua. Tua retired him. He
the
didn't
thing
play in
that
the SEC after that.
the thing to think about that is like, this is his chance to prove he's got a lot to prove. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because I think that's like, whether people talk about it or not, that's something that we always talk about. Tua came in and played great. Nobody talks about the fact he got pulled. They don't talk about him, but as somebody that lived in that shit-tastic state at that particular point in time, I know what they thought about him, and it wasn't good. And I think he's better than that. And, I think it would go a long way for him personally to win a Super Bowl before Tua, because I think Tua will probably win one. But I think for him to win one before and be good. Mahomes, I'm worried about the ankle. I think at best he's going to be 80% on the ankle, or that's what I think. So, maybe Eagles. Maybe
Patty Mahomes has a great head of hair, though. Like, let's not overlook that. I mean, Will Levis has a head of hair, and he looks good throwing the ball. But Patty Mahomes, by God, has a phenomenal head of hair. That's got to count for something.
But the thing that's most exciting about the Super Bowl is we're excited because this is going to be a good Super Bowl. Like, I think this is going to be a good game. I think it's going to be an even game. It's not going to be like that national championship ass whooping we had to watch. Like, I think this one might go down to the end. So I'm excited to see it. I wish it was going to be in the snow outside. I wish it was at Kansas City. Is what I wish.
Well, it's
I know it's not an option.
If
but
Rodgers, by God, would have threw his nuts over his shoulder and made it happen this year, I mean, he is like 97% accurate when it's below freezing and he's wearing green.
By the way, did Rodgers get out of his retreat yet, or is he still locked in a hole in the ground in a cave?
When's that supposed to happen? He's supposed to go into hiding for 4 days or whatever. I don't know if y'all have heard about that, but he's going to be in like an isolation chamber for 4 days.
Did you see where I looked that website up for that place?
No.
Like, I was,
Confusionist says Patty Mahomes is the GOAT and the Super Bowl is already won.
Confusionist, go back and play some effing Xbox and golf. So you don't know anything we're talking about here. You don't even watch sports. Anyways,
you go get him worked up. He's gonna go on another rant.
Well, I need to get off here.
We had to listen to why what was it? Cauliflower sucks.
Yeah. You think Confusionist will be first in line at the Chick-fil-A drive-thru to get one of those cauliflower chicken sandwiches? No.
I mean, I'll probably try and like do a video for the gram. I mean,
honestly, if you do it for the gram, as long as you say it's trash, it's okay.
I mean, dude, here's the thing. I'm not gonna not give Chick-fil-A the benefit of the doubt. Like, it's Jesus chicken. Like, if I go to Chick-fil-A,
it's not Jesus' cauliflower though. It's Jesus' chicken.
If I go to Chick-fil-A and they screw my order up, I just eat it because I'm like, this is what God intended. Like, I just let it happen. Like, okay.
I tell you right now, God did not intend for me to wait 30 minutes to get a spicy chicken biscuit Friday.
The day that they finally mix your order up and give you cauliflower on accident is going to be the day you explode.
Nobody cares if it's good. It's trash. It's a terrible idea. Listen, this is America. We eat meat. Quit with the freaking vegetables and the fake meat. I told you I give him props for it not being like plant-based. It's actually a plant. But come on now.
would you consider getting the cauliflower sandwich as a side?
No.
It's a vegetable, though.
If I get a reward whenever they put this thing out on my phone and my Chick-fil-A One app, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in there. I'm going to order the sandwich, and I'm going to throw it in the trash can and walk out the door. That's what I'm going to do.
I don't know, in the bigger scheme of things. I mean, they've already made their money, so, but you know.
I don't make their money if it's free and I throw it away.
If it makes you feel better.
I'll lose money on gas driving there because, you know, but I'm done now.
Oh, so things we've learned today.
We got a lot of editing to do, buddy.
LeBron is the GOAT. Cauliflower chicken sandwich is off your list. I'm just poking the bear at this point.
Yeah, you got anything else on that show notes you want to throw at me?
I think we kind of rattled. Have you heard about the weird shit that's going on in New Mexico State? Oh, there's another. I'm gonna have to make a note. 240. I've been trying to not cuss, guys, on the podcast.
Drew has. I have not.
So every time I cuss, I've got to like make a note.
You can send this link to my mom. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure that'd go over well. That's probably why T. Fitty's not been back on here. Confusionist, you know.
Probably spin it.
Confusionist threatened to show it to you know, the fams. Casper's behind needs cauliflower chicken Sammy. Oh, Confusionist would probably get you a Sammy and just shove that.
I can't help it if Confusionist likes to take pictures of my butt. That's, you know, he likes to do that. Take that home with him and study it later. That's his own problem.
I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up. If you want to bring it up, you can. But, you know, in your household, I mean, chairs 0 for 1.
I will F y'all up.
I think
Josh, literally a foot and a half away from me right now.
the remnants. Josh knows that story. Josh the mechanic knows that story.
Okay, it's not funny.
Papal and also other Josh, if you're listening to this, just ask old, you know, Casper about the cherry incident. OMG, you wouldn't, no balls. Confusionist about to stir up some trouble, it sounds like. I'm just going to take the chat off for a second.
He's always got to press some buttons like he thinks he's funny.
He's the master stirrer. He's like daggum stale cracker stirring up some gumbo, by God.
I mean, you know, I guess whenever
Josh says, what about that beard, though, Casper? I do know, and I laughed my ass off. He knows. He knows. You probably need to save that story for your own podcast, though. That way you can get.
I'm not telling that story on my podcast. You know,
it might get you to 20 listeners, though.
That you're talking about my podcast. You know that my plan was to record that after this, right?
Are we still doing that? You can bring me on. I can make my picks.
Honestly, I think I probably am going to because, like, I got to give the dog some medicine at 2 a.m. anyway. So what the hell? Here's the scary thing. It is my responsibility to take the child at 5 a.m.
Confusionist says, what chair story are we speaking of?
Dude,
2 and 5. That's a pretty lofty that's a pretty lofty expectation at this point. But now, show notes, I don't really have anything else on the show. I think we pretty well covered it. I'm going to have to do some editing for sure, but I'm just letting the people take us where they want to. I'm bringing the chat back for Confusionist. Who knows where he's going to take it.
So I do have a couple things I was going to ask you, the host here. One, you said Eagles for the Super Bowl. Are you committing to that?
I've already committed financially $5.
Okay. I wanted to check because I needed to know because I tried to ask you a few times this week. You never really admitted it, so I need to record it.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I
I
don't
did.
know.
I don't have any devices that I can check, but
No, you're good. Other than that, so back to the basketball thing. I know where everybody on the show is heartbroken if they watch the game, but like, okay, what is the expectation for the rest of the year? Because I'm at the point. I told you this when we lost that first game to Kentucky, and then we look kind of like we are on a bad turn, and I'm I'm concerned. Are you concerned, or do you think we have a chance to make a run in the tournament?
I think we could have a chance to make the Sweet 16. Like they've got to the point where they haven't won them, but they're getting some practice grinding out some games. I think the problem that I've seen this with the last two games that the Vols have played is it's not that they can't win them, it's that in those situations they don't just bury the other team. In the last two games, Phillips, if he dunks it instead of pulls the ball back out, we probably win the Vandy game. This game here, I feel like we pulled back a little bit, but I think that we could probably at least make the Sweet 16. I don't know about the Elite 8, but I think probably the Sweet 16.
So Phillips and Josiah Jordan James, those are injuries at this point that we're gonna have to watch here over the next week.
Did Phillips get injured?
Yes, yes. That's why he didn't play. That's why he only played like 12 minutes.
Okay, I didn't know
I
that.
think it was Phillips. I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Like I said, I
I
didn't
know
watch the
Josiah
first half,
Jordan
but
James
in the
did.
second half, I'm pretty sure they said that because he was questionable the whole second half, and then he never played. They said James was out, and then Phillips sat on the bench but he was dressed. So, um, Jalen is not goated. Don't be dumb. Don't stoop to that level. Don't do that.
I was just responding to
No, don't say his name on here. He
Confusionist.
doesn't deserve to be on here. Anyways, so there was that. Lastly, for my own personal selfish reasons, as everybody knows, I think you said it. I'm not trying to pub myself, but I'm going to a little bit. I am a host of a racing podcast, and that has made you, after 16 years, decide that you're all of a sudden going to care about NASCAR again. And you
One
went
for
one
one,
for
baby.
one at the Clash and won some money. So,
I
for
won
those of you who
$100.
don't know, if you pick a winner in a NASCAR race, you're automatically making money. Like it's because there's 1 out of 40. Like it's pretty good if you pick the winner. So just listen to what Big Drewski says every week. That's who you should bet on. So he's 1 for 1. He's 1 for 1
Marty Truex Jr., baby.
since sports betting is legal in the state of Tennessee. So just want to let y'all know that.
I'm like a
He is
phoenix,
basically
baby.
he's all time 100%. If I was you, I probably would never bat. I would probably never come to bat again. I mean, I wouldn't. But anyways,
Josh says
have
NASCAR's not a sport. He said they just drive in circles. I just put that part in there, but
I'm not. Anyways, so my question is: have you picked the Daytona 500 winner yet?
not yet.
Okay. So next
I'm looking
Saturday
at.
night, are you gonna
I'm.
have one for me?
I think so. I'm gonna have to do a little
Yeah,
bit
the
of
race is on
research, but
Sunday. So you're gonna have one Saturday night.
yeah, I'll have one Saturday night.
Okay. If you don't, I'll be very disappointed. Very.
Do I get to do what I did this past time and pick two outright winners that I feel confident
No,
about,
you
and
have to.
then
I mean, so you can bet on that as much as you want, but you honestly, the only one that you told us in the call that was gonna win was Marty, and he did. So
Marty Truex,
I I
Mud
already I
Effin
made my
Jr.
Daytona 500 pick a while ago, but it has not been announced yet.
It has
Okay.
not been announced, so
Um,
my pick
um,
is still 100% unscathed.
yeah. I was curious because I'm really trying to make some money, and I have
Josh
to make
said,
it a part.
"Look, I made a left turn." Listen, I mean,
I thought I liked that guy, but he does a couple things that I'm not okay with.
see, we'll have
First of all, he doesn't like NASCAR or dirt racing. Second of all, when he smokes barbecue, he puts the butts in a pan.
to. I mean, you know, first off, I've never heard any complaints though.
By the way, remember that I made on Wednesday night for Thursday
Yes.
for take to work?
Mm-hmm.
And not much of it came home. So I did pretty good.
So you're saying the people that she works with doesn't know, it doesn't have
I'm
any good
saying,
taste?
you remember when I sent
They
you and
can't.
T-City that message, and I was like, "Boys, I just caught this sumbitch on fire." You remember that?
I mean, I
And I
seen
was
the
like
picture and I
I was
was
like,
like, ooh,
"If I somehow pull this out, then I have more talent than I thought I had." I got more talent than I thought I had. That's all I'm saying.
dude, Josh the mechanic is calling you out for a cook-off.
Listen.
I mean,
Here's
are
the
we
problem.
are we going to Rocky Top? Or are we going to? Well, I don't want to say.
Where's Rocky Top? I'm still waiting for you to tell me.
Rocky Top's up there, off 75. That's what.
No,
That's
that's
what.
Lake City, you
That's what the
stupid.
sign. That's what the sign says.
Anyway, I mean, so I could be down for a cook-off, but here's the plan on that
Me and
cook-off. The
Confusionist want
judges have to be
grade it.
legitimate, and there has to be more than one that have to be legitimate. Confusionist and T-Fitty are not acceptable as far as judges go.
Confusionist, the pinnacle of his chicken tasting starts and stops at KFC.
I said Gus's chicken, and this mug goes, "Yeah, KFC is the best chicken I ever had."
Is it? Yeah, because what was it? We were talking about Gus's, and he goes, "Is it as good as KFC?" I'm gone.
From now on, instead of saying going full R word, we're gonna say going full Confusionist. That's
Confusionist should change his name to Anarchist. T-Fitty
Fitty
will
will
shun.
shun anything he didn't cook. And then actually, whenever he lets me fry a turkey breast for him, he's gonna talk about how much better it is than the one that I
Dude,
smoked
okay,
for 12
so
hours, even though all he did was slice the thing.
that was the
Literally.
funniest thing. So full disclosure, since he's not on here, we have a friendsgiving, and he's like, "Oh, I'll deep fry a turkey." Well, then
Yeah.
he's like, "I'm gonna bring a turkey breast," and we're like, "What?" He brings the turkey, shows up to the friendsgiving, and then proceeds to stand back sipping on a Dixie cup while old Casper here cooks it for him, and then posted it on Snapchat.
Yeah. Hated Vol fan, just for the record. I do have a smoker. I have a Pit Boss 850 Pro Series currently, as well as an Oklahoma Joe Highland. I did have a Weber Smoky Mountain 18-inch, as well as a Masterbuilt electric smoker.
Casper's a bastard,
Which
though. He
one
won't
should I
sell
use
me
for the
the Oklahoma
contest?
Joe.
I'm considering it.
I need to add that to the. I've got some money to burn right now, but I need to add that to the fleet. I don't have a fleet. I've just got a Mister Barbecue $20 grill sitting out there. But
hated Vol fan, just for the record. Me and Josh, do both have smokers. I think he's a great guy. I just made fun of him because he was being a jackwagon about NASCAR. But
Josh the mechanic is actually a very good buddy of ours. That's why we're giving him so much
he's
crap.
pretty cool. I ain't got to talk to him much, but you have
UK
Pitboss 1200
Wildcat
Pro Series.
2022 just joined.
That's what Joshua has as well. And I don't have money like y'all. So no, I'm just kidding. I bought an 850 because that's all I needed.
Josh the mechanic says he's going to buy me one. Ooh, I'll enter the race and just come in as a wild card, just smoke some shit for no reason.
We could talk to our race car driver friend and see what kind of bullshit he wants to bring to the party. But anyways, I'm custom built smoker. That's awesome. I've been looking at those. There's this one group I'm following on Facebook. Okay, they got a trailer. Listen to this, Drew, because this is my wet dream. They got a trailer. It has a gas grill, a charcoal grill, charcoal smoker, a pellet smoker, and a 36-inch griddle all on one trailer. Can you think about what cooking with Casper could do at a racetrack with that? Can you imagine?
Tracks and racks, baby.
Yeah.
Tracks and racks.
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm all about the pellet thing. But I also understand that it is not the purest form of smoking. And if you can't use a stick burner, to me, like I've been, what's that called whenever you go on that journey to find yourself. You know what I'm talking about?
Sabbatical?
That's not sabbatical. It's the Mormon food or whatever. I can't think of what it is, but you go on that journey to find yourself. And here's the thing: I started with the electric smoker. I moved to charcoal, and I thought, man, I'm a hard ass. I can use a charcoal smoker. I'll tell y'all right now, I've used every smoker you can use. The the easiest, best for the best taste is probably actually a charcoal bullet style.
Confusionist said match light. You gotta use that match light, son. It lights so easy.
Anyway, I didn't know he could make me laugh still, but I thought he was dead to me. But listen, the whole bullet smoker thing with charcoal, that is the easiest and best tasting combination. If you just do the minion method, if you need to Google that, go ahead. The hardest you can do is a stick burner, like an Oklahoma Joe Highland. The easiest and like medium tasting is the pellet grill. That's just it is what it is. I use mine all the time. It's the easiest, but it's also not the best tasting at the end of the day. So that's my rant on smokers.
I mean, I
I'm glad
skipped
you can make pretty
electric
good pulled pork, because if you can't make pretty good pulled pork, you probably shouldn't touch a grill. That's why
I
we tell
skipped
people to
electric.
stay away from them.
I skipped electric altogether and just went charcoal and never looked back. But I wouldn't mind getting me a smoker though, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't mind getting me like a Power T brander, like for my steaks or whatever, just so I could be like,
Oh,
yeah, baby.
Jeez.
Confusionist says, I love the taste of matchlight on my meat. Confusionist is stuck between a rock and a hard place because he's either going to be eating T50 or,
Guys, just for the record,
19.
Confucius has never cooked anything for himself, but he has indeed had T50 grilling like 100 steaks in the last 2 months because he doesn't know how to. Just want to get that out there.
Old T50.
Yeah.
Hated Vol
Always
fan and
set yours on
Joshua
high
Sharon.
smoke. No shit, really?
Now
Never
also we
would've
got
guessed.
the barbecue biker is in here. We said barbecue too many times. He's like,
That's
"Hey, what's going
awesome.
on,
Does TikTok
guys?"
know what we're talking about?
Dude, I'm telling you, I
That's
must
cool.
have.
Barbecue biker. What kind of smoker you got?
They took my
Tell us. We need
algorithm.
to know what kind you got.
They took my algorithms away, but I guess they're giving them to me. They're giving them back to me because I must have earned redemption. But yeah, we said barbecue too many times, so the barbecue biker joined.
Yeah.
Oh, he left and then he joined again because he's like, "Ooh, what's up?"
I'm telling you, this thing is run off that damn Chinese spy balloon. But anyways,
it probably is.
We kind of spiraled off the rails, and I kind of took part of your show for the smoking comments. I'm sorry.
It's totally fine. I'm letting the comment section take us where we need to go tonight.
Yeah.
We got Confusionist over here making us giggle a little bit. We got Josh the Mechanic and Hated Vol fan over here. We got Transcendent Vision. We got Barbecue Biker in here. It's turned into a barbecue whack off, and I'm 100% okay with it.
It does take time and it does take a lot of practice, but if you get it right, it does taste the best. Is everybody in agreement with that?
No, you gotta use match light.
I would like crawfish and shrimp, but I'm allergic to shellfish, so I can't do that. I'm sorry.
You really are a shellfish bastard, I tell you. Oh.
Why they put pigs on the court at Arkansas? That's disgusting. How is it that PETA's not down there? Just like they had pigs on the basketball court. How did PETA not shut them down today? That's random.
You said Josh, who had that?
Love crawfish.
Arkansas did that?
Yeah. I mean, Razorbacks and all.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I didn't know about that. Did you hear about all that stuff with New Mexico State getting their basketball program shut down?
What was that? You started that and then we got off on it.
So let me pull this up because I don't want to mispronounce, or I don't want
to use my name right.
So apparently, let me pull this up. So a player got involved in a shooting. Which apparently
Alabama.
Yeah, I know. He needs to transfer to Alabama. Which apparently was in self-defense and somewhat justified. Like that's sort of kind of been proven. While we wait, we hydrate.
Listen, we're not here to knock off Stale Cracker. He's the greatest of all time. We're not trying to rip on that
Dude,
guy.
Stale Cracker is legit, son. If
Yeah.
y'all ain't following him, just look him up.
Yeah.
I've got a mullet wig sitting over here, 2 feet to the west. But yeah. Oh
I'm
wow. Okay, that
hydrating
was
right here.
I
Hydrating.
had a.
I've got plenty.
It's a good thing I got my headset on because like I had a random ad popped up that wasn't sexual, but it sounded sexual, and that would have been really uncomfortable because it was really like, oh man, like whatever they
What's the
said.
chances that T Fitty and Confusionist are like sitting on the couch holding each other's hands?
I'd say it's fairly likely.
Yeah.
Over under 50% on him wearing
Yeah.
the snuggie though. Um,
Chubsy.
so Chubsy, yeah.
Definitely.
So basically, player got involved in a shootout, which I think was self defense. They've kind of sort of proven that. Um, so okay, I'm just gonna read this article. This article is from Fox Sports. If it's from Fox, it's 100% true.
I'd feel
That's
better if it was CNN Sports.
that's the law. New Mexico State University announced Friday night its men's basketball program has been indefinitely suspended. The school also placed first year coach Greg Heyer and its staff on paid administrative leave, blah, blah, blah. Though a reason behind the moves was not given, the university did say the decision is unrelated to a deadly shooting involving New Mexico State University power forward Mike Peake on November 19th. He was shot in the leg at a University of New Mexico hours before a rivalry game before two schools. He was reportedly lured to the campus by 19-year-old Brandon Travis and three other UNM, so that's University of New Mexico students, including a 17-year-old girl. Ooh, Travis was also shot during the exchange. And so Travis was the guy at UNM. He died during the shootout, died of the injuries. Um, he was suspended early December while a third party investigator looked into the involvement of the shooting. Blah, blah, blah. And then it basically says New Mexico State University is suspending operations for the men's basketball program until further notice. NMSU personnel were recently informed of new allegations separate from the events involving potential violations of university policy. So it's kind of all hush hush, not really giving any specific. But yeah, their basketball program has been suspended indefinitely. Uh,
Definitely
yeah,
sounds interesting, but I don't want to talk too much about it because that's I still hear a lot of allegations and suspected there.
Yeah, I mean, it's really weird because they've shut the program down and they're like, has nothing to do with the shooting, but we're not going
Yeah,
to tell you what it is. But Albuquerque, Breaking Bad,
it's probably at the Centos plant out there because
could
they do
be
laundry at Centos.
some of
Bunch
the Blue Crystals.
of can I have some? No, I mean, if I need to find that, I go to McMinn County. But anyways, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It is interesting that they shut the whole program down. I'll be honest. I'm gonna say that more than likely that the 17-year-old girl has more to do with that than the shooting. Just in my honest
Ooh,
opinion.
conspiracy.
Yeah, that's why I
By
don't
the
want to say
way,
too much.
Hated
But
Ball fan has got to meet
I'll tell you what.
Cracker.
Hated Vol fan has a life. Like, who are you,
He's
Hated
lived a
Vol fan?
full
Like, you've
life
done a lot of stuff.
already.
You were a front row at game day. You met Stale Cracker. Like, yeah, I mean, is that what you do with your life all the time? Just go and do cool shit? Because we have to work. We're
I
just
mean,
curious how you get away with that.
yeah,
If you can
and
take it
when you're
seriously.
married and have a kid, you don't get to do many cool things anymore. Confusion said, "Hey man, in the Snuggie, what grown 4 foot tall man wears a article of clothing called a chubsy?"
I guess one that, isn't staying at home saving money for a month and a half.
Bazinga, burn!
But
Hated Vol fan said Stale Cracker is very chill. Dylan Katzenmeyer.
23. Oh my God, you're so young, son. Good Lord. Whew.
If I was 23 and still had my life ahead of me, I don't know, ride a bull
Dude,
or something.
send me a message on my Twitter. Let me give you a list of things to do with your life and things not to do as well. I got one related to an expensive dog we can
23.
talk about.
I wasn't balding yet. No gray hairs. Gravity hadn't taken over quite as much. Those were the times, man.
The fact that Joe Lenardi is on damn ESPN wearing this Eagles jersey talking about college basketball is the dumbest thing I've seen yet this weekend. Just want to let you know that.
Eagles going all the way. I'm just saying.
Josh, you're like 24. Shut your mouth.
I'd like to. 3 years ago, Josh, the mechanic was turning wrenches at a godforsaken truck driving school. Just living out the dream.
I'll turn your wrench.
Is your Twitter cat? Ooh, hated Vols fan wants
No, for Twitter, you probably should look me up at the Caution Flag Contemplations podcast. Would probably be your best move. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's got a.
I'm just a guest star here. I'm not really into the branding. See, Big Ladrewski, he is a branding expert. I'm just a clown.
Actually, I have a link to your podcast on this episode. So when we eventually end this, there'll be a link attached.
Josh, you know why your beard turns gray? It's because it gets bleached from you know what. If you notice, Big Drewski's is not, so that means we know what he's not doing. Ugh.
I know it's a very white chest, but it does show off the full circumference of the beard.
So, hated Vols fan, I have a question for you though. I hate to ask questions to Drew's listeners, but like, what is so you got a lot of cool stories. So what is your favorite, what's your favorite thing that you've done? You met a lot of cool people, you've done cool stuff, cool experiences. What's number one on your list? Is it game day? What is it?
Did you get to arm wrestle the Crocodile Dundee?
Yes.
Like, lay it on us. We're fully ingrained.
I mean, you've done a lot of cool things that I didn't do, so I was just curious.
Honestly, mine would probably, based off the stuff he said so far, it'd be like being front and center on game day. I was watching game day, so I may have seen him.
Yeah, I was too. I was
also like double fisted the mustard, because that'd be pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen that bit, but they had these two dudes just like, just like, I mean, rain dance on some mustard straight to the gullet. It's pretty awesome.
Have dinner with Dennis Rodman. Holy shit, who are you? Good Lord.
I bet that was a very interesting dinner. No veggies, wild exotic meats.
Who else was there?
They probably ate like freaking,
that's pretty good.
Panda and just like the most exotic of meats.
I'm pretty excited about this because that is not what I expected this guy to say. That's awesome. I didn't know what it was going to be.
See, this is what is amazing about these lives. You really never know where we're going to be taken, and it's,
What do you drive? This is the part where we're going to find out how much money this guy has.
I'm going to say he drives something that's just like, I'm going to say he drives like a,
Tesla.
An old Jeep Comanche or something that they don't even make
anymore.
Dude.
I've never told you. My granddad had one of those, and it had a boat gas tank in it because it was so shitty, but it was awesome.
I mean, you want to talk about a bitch and ride? Did you tell your grandfather to like save some pussy for the rest of us? Like,
it had bullhorns on the front of it too.
Oh damn! If he hopped out in a leather jacket with a dragon on it, I guarantee you,
a screwdriver in the ignition.
He had hose in different area codes, guaranteed.
No, don't disrespect him like that. He might listen to this. He's retired now.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's pretty next level.
Yeah.
Josh the Micken
Anyway.
wants to know what hated Vols fan does for work. I had a 1999 decked out 4Runner, but a bitch totaled it and got
Ooh,
a
Josh
20.
Mechanake had a 2019 Tacoma. He says
Was
a
it a
piece of shit though.
2019?
I don't really know because I didn't know him back then, but I'm pretending. So, anyways, Big Ladrewski, are we wrapping this thing up?
I mean, I'm kind of just letting the comments
Oh,
take
okay.
me where they go, but I mean, it's up to you. I mean,
Okay.
do you have something you need to do,
Well, I was gonna. No, I'm good.
or were you trying to take a piss break? Is that what this is about?
No, if I was doing that, I'd just get up and do that.
I mean, I'm not
I
gonna
got a
lie to you. I've
Gatorade.
been
I got a
eyeballing
Gatorade
this.
bottle under my desk here in the garage. Like shit.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been eyeballing this mason jar over here for a hot minute. I've thought about it because I'm like, okay, if I could just if I could get
I told you
Casper,
it was a 2019. I don't even know that guy that good. I knew it was a 19.
if I could get Casper rolling just enough, I'm like, I might be able to piss in this mason jar. Nobody know.
I don't know that there's anything you get me rolling about right now. I don't have any good ripping rants to go on.
Dwayne Satterfield joined. He wants to know what's up. I have so
Dwayne, what's up, man?
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
I don't know. I guess maybe I shouldn't be reading some of these usernames because that's literally like first and last name. But
Bro, if they put that in their username, that's their own problem.
I mean,
Sorry.
you never know. He could be the most comfortable OG that I've ever met in my life. He's like, I just go around letting people know who I is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I can't remember. Did you say you had anything else on your list?
I did. I forgot. So this Gronk thing. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
you were telling me something about
Super Bowl, y'all. Rob Gronkowski. So I heard this from FAD/CFR on Thursday, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to him and T Fitty, and they were telling me that apparently Gronkowski is going to kick a field goal from the 30-yard line. Or
That's
I'm
like
not
what
from the
if
30-yard, but a 30-yard field goal. He's going to kick one during halftime of the Super Bowl, and apparently FanDuel is like paying for him to do it. And I haven't read all the details, but something like the way that CFR explained it to me was you um you have to parlay it with another Super Bowl bet, but then it's like a 5-time multiplier or something. I don't know.
I think you
But
might be able to do it.
oh, well, so here's the thing. So Gronk came out and was like, "Well, I kicked field goals in high school." I mean, here's my thing though. Is there any football athlete? I know he's been retired and I know he smokes weed, but like, is there any football athlete
Doing the
can't kick
weed.
a 30-year-old field goal, a 30-yard field goal? Like, I remember when I was in high school, there was multiple people at Saudi Daisy High School that were not on the football team that could kick a 30-yard field goal because the kicker they had could not, and that was like a big debate. And like the coach was running around the girls' soccer team trying to find somebody to kick field goals. So I I think it'll be fine. I probably bet on Gronk to kick it. I am curious to see how that works because like I guess maybe they're not gonna have people on the field for the halftime show. I don't know. I was
Well,
curious
no,
because supposed to be at
Rihanna's
halftime.
performing. That's kind of locked up.
So I know that like during COVID they didn't have people on the field. You know, you used to get by like the field passes or whatever and be in the
Yeah,
mosh pit or whatever. I wonder if they've canceled all that now because they didn't do that for the last couple of years during COVID. But I'm curious to
yeah,
see
that
what
I'm not sure
happens.
about.
So, do you think Gronk can kick the field goal, and are you going to bet on it if you can? I know
I
you're not
100,
an addict like T
I
Fitty, but
100% think he could probably make the field goal, and
so do I.
yes, I will probably bet on that. I
So do
don't
I.
know what you have to parlay it with, but I will probably 100% put something in on that. What is this? Well, technically it's Sunday, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
Even
Sunday
if
night.
it's
Hey,
just a $5 bet, I'll probably throw something down
by the
on it.
way, since it's Sunday, I want you to know something that's very near and dear to my heart. 7 days from today, it's Daytona 500, son.
I'm actually kind of excited.
7 days from today.
Now that
I'm
I'm a
so pumped,
NASCAR
bro.
fan again, I'm actually kind of excited.
You don't understand. Like, I get excited when the season starts. Like, I get.
Josh the
I'm
Mechanic
really
says nobody
Yeah, I
cares.
don't know what he's talking about. My band
NASCAR. Hey,
teacher
I'm
kicked
a
a
NASCAR
30-yarder
fan.
when we visited the Cotton Bowl for competition. Hey, Connor, that's awesome. See, that's what That's what I'm saying. I think 30 is pretty doable, and I mean, unless it goes sideways off his foot, I don't see him missing that.
Nobody doubts Gronk. I'm not going to doubt
Only
Gronk.
the only question about that is like, we talked about it last Saturday. Is it rigged? FanDuel. They could FanDuel. He's like a paid advertising sponsor with FanDuel, dude.
This
Like
is true.
he goes out there. I mean, they can like get him like in the in-ear monitor, like, bro, shank this bitch. We're about to lose money. I
I
mean,
think from a physical standpoint, he can probably hit it.
Gronk's good at everything but spelling, dude. That's pretty funny.
I'm going to highlight that message because it's so near and dear to my heart. Gronk's good at everything. Me Gronk, me cook field goal, me cook field goal good. I mean, Gronk is like one of the most likable people on the planet. I think he can do it though. Like, I'll probably put some. I mean, for like I said, I'm not going to break the bank, but I'll probably put $5 on it.
Yeah. I think what I would like to see instead of, I mean, I get that they're doing that for the fan experience, but how about let's bring out like somebody. It can be an ex kicker or it could be Gronk or somebody like that, and let's do it like let's bring a fan out with them, and let's back them up 5 yards every time they make one, and tell them, all right, you got 10,000 at the 10-yard line. If we back them up another 5 yards, we'll add another $5,000 and see how far they want to go back. Let
I
them
mean,
try
I don't hate it. I mean, I've said for years that in high pressure situations that they should just trot the cheerleaders for each team out to the middle and let them like just cat fight for like the penalty or whatever. Like, I've said that for years. Like, that would make, like, let's just do away with extra points altogether and let the cheerleaders from each team go out and just cat fight for that point. Like, that would be so much better than trotting somebody out. I mean, they've tried to move the extra point back and do all this stuff. Like, dude, nobody, like, I would rather you just give the point and just throw an extra commercial or two. Like, give me time, to make a bowl of cereal or something. Like, I'd
No, I
be way
mean,
better off.
I'm glad you want to say that, but come on, dude. Like, have you seen how many extra points have got missed? Like,
Yeah, I'd much rather see cheerleaders fighting though.
also, while we're talking about half court shots, thanks to our boy Connor, y'all did see. I don't know if we talked about this last week, but did y'all see where Joe Milton absolutely nailed a half court shot on
I
game
didn't. I've
day
not seen
last
the
weekend against
video.
Texas?
I've not seen the video, but
Dude,
I've heard
he
about it.
absolutely just bottomed it.
Now we've talked about this. Now Connor bringing this up, Drewski, you got my vote. That's what Joshy said.
Vote for what?
Joshy Wash. I've got his vote. It doesn't matter what it's for. I've got it. Like, it's in my pocket now. We have talked about this though. The NBA's talked about coming up with a 4-point shot. I guess that's like just over half court in the corner or something though. I mean,
So my thing about the 4-point shot,
Bazooka Joe, baby.
I think we've had this discussion not on the call, and I don't know if you want this on the call, but if you're gonna do that, it has to be like 2 circles. Like, I don't want it to be the whole corner. Like, I actually want it to be a circle.
Yeah,
Like,
like one
here and
spot.
here. Yeah. And then you could also use your half court circle, like for the tip off, as a third one for that, and make like an arc out of circles. But I don't want it to just be if you're behind this line or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, Steph Curry can hit it if it's over the half court point. He can hit it. Like, call spade a spade.
Steph Curry the GOAT.
He's goaded. He can hit it. As soon as he gets the inbound, he can hit it blindfolded twice backwards.
That'll never fly. My 71-year-old stepdad is still mad about the 3-pointer. I understand that he's mad about 3-pointer. Me and Big Drewski here really don't love 3-pointers, but I also see where the game's going, and there will be a 4-point line in the next 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's out. They're already talking about it. I remember when they were talking about putting logos on the jerseys, and I was like, "What? This ain't soccer."
Yeah.
We can't be doing that.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Oh, well,
And now
hey,
we
well,
got
actually, I don't have a problem with sponsors on the jerseys because I'm a NASCAR fan. We do it every day.
Oh, I mean, I'm an MLF, Major League Fishing fan, baby.
Oh, yeah.
That's where the money
Jacob
is.
Wheeler, the man, the myth, the legend.
No, that's what I'm saying. Curry is the best three-pointer we will ever see, hated Vol fan says. Joshua says, for the fighting cheerleaders. Oh, he agrees with me on the fighting
Yeah, that's
cheerleaders.
fine.
I mean,
Hey,
dude, we
he's a
could
pervo.
solve so many issues with just letting cheerleaders fight for points. Like, my God. I mean, why are we not already doing it? That's my... Or, like, I would even settle for letting the mascots duke it out for points. Like, let's just get rid of the extra point altogether and let the mascots duke it out.
I have thought about a fan vote extra point.
A what? A
As
fan
a
vote?
Vol fan, we should be hating. As a Vol fan, we should be hating the fact that we couldn't make a free throw. Actually, sorry, buddy.
I
I try to
mean,
be mean, but
Mizzou was just lights out from the 3-pointer, though.
yeah,
Like, good God, 50+%.
yeah,
Like, who
50,
does that?
52.6. I round that to 53. They shot 53 from 3 and 42 from the floor.
They
Like,
must have just janked Bugs Bunny's secret juice at halftime from Space Jam and
well,
just
I
went
mean,
out there and just slung it out.
I, I guess that's a tough loss. It's Tennessee. The Vandy loss was tough, but this one's tougher because we actually shot pretty good in this game, and like we talked about earlier on the show, we covered them. They just knocked them down anyways.
I mean, it was so tough. I had to wear my Chewbacca shirt and my camo Tennessee Vols hat. I couldn't. It
Hey,
hurt.
hated ball fan. If you want to see cheerleaders fighting, they got that on OnlyFans.
You got to pay for that, though.
He said he'd pay for it. So,
Ooh.
this kid, buddy. I
I
don't
may
know.
have
I've
just
never been on
started
there
it. I
before.
may have just started like in motion an entire
This
thing.
makes it the Sports Center. You're my hero.
7 years from now, this is going to be a thing, and somewhere somebody's going to be like, "Oh yeah, Big
Oh
Drewski
my
on some
God! They
little."
just showed the Vandy game followed by the Tennessee game, back to back plays on SEC Network.
That one hurts. Practice needs to be shooting this week. Where wasn't they 30%? I don't even think they hit 30% against Auburn.
No, they were less than 30. I mean, practice was fine. The shooting today was fine. I was okay with the shooting percentage today. We shot like 40 something from 3, 40 something from the floor. From the floor, we could shoot a little better, but we got enough offensive rebounds. It was okay. 40 from 3. Any coach in college basketball tell you if we shoot over 33 from 3, we're happy.
I
So,
mean, yeah, dude, like on paper, I mean, and again, we went over this towards the beginning of the
yeah,
podcast.
sorry to be
If you guys
rehashing
do
stuff.
want to hear, um, if you want to hear this podcast, it's not going to be live tonight, but you can keep an eye out for it. It'll be episode 210 on the Little Tangerine Show. Just go to www.bigdrewski.com, which, by the way, worst website I've ever done. I just completely slapped it together. I'm somewhat ashamed of it, but it'll get the job done. But yeah, if you want to listen to the entire podcast, just check this out on bigdrewski.com. Um, but yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier. Like on paper, we did everything right. I mean, God, 50% from 3, dude.
Yeah.
Mizzou just was lights out, dude. But like Casper said on the last episode we were together, the Vols are gonna get everybody's best every single night. Like they haven't figured it out yet, I don't think. But at this point, you gotta bring your A game every single night because you are getting everybody's best every single night. And it is what it is. Oh, Connor says, what do you think the ranking drops to? Sorry, I joined in so late. Not a big deal. Also, going back over to the comments,
I think we're going to be around mid-20s. I
Long
really.
Bong Silver, fantastic username by the way, says it's time to move on from Barnes? Question mark. I don't think
No.
so. We covered that.
No.
If you want to hear our stance on that, again, the podcast will be coming out soon once I get it edited. The Little Tangerine Show, episode 210. No, I don't think it's time to move on from Barnes. The team's definitely underperforming, but no, I don't think we're there yet. Like we said, the best we've ever done is the Elite Eight, and that was 2010. So we are definitely not a basketball school. We just need to, I don't know, throttle back. I don't know. Connor says, "Oh hell no, to the no, no, no." Oh, Barnes turned the program around. He definitely made us relevant again. Kunzo Martin did a good job, but Barnes has gave us a little bit of life. So, but yeah, I think we've pretty much covered everything that we're going to cover. Again, make sure if you hadn't already, you click like, click subscribe, check out bigdrewski.com. Make sure that you follow the podcast, The Little Tangerine Show. It's pretty much everywhere that there are podcast episodes. In the spirit of wrapping up, Casper, do you have anything else that you want to add? I'm trying to get better about cutting these off at midnight. I used to go till 3, but there's just not as much going on. I know you had fun. The chats were popping tonight. Connor's been all over the place. He's been on Twitch. Looks like he's back over on TikTok. Connor is one of my longtime supporters, and I'm glad to see him back on here.
Yeah. I think you should run this thing as long as you want to go. Sorry, I have to go. What I wanted to say is, first of all, Drew told you guys where to listen to his stuff on the podcast. First of all, when you go listen to the podcast, hit the 5-star button, please. You don't have to leave a review. Just hit the 5-star button. It really helps him out. So, I have a podcast. I know it does so much more than you people realize. Like it helps other people find it by you doing that. So please do that. Second, all you VFLs out there, share this thing. We're just here, normal VFLs out here having a good time. Big Drewski does his show. He's got other people he brings on here. It's all just normal people, man. And like the thing about Big Drewski is he talked about in his podcast earlier this week. He tries not to be negative. He talks about some truth sometimes, but he tries not to be overall negative. So
I did get pretty heated on the one where I was talking about,
and that's okay because you were heated, but also like, hey, I'm still part of this. You weren't, not trying to fire Barnes.
I
Sorry
mean, we
to y'all with
definitely
our
need to try to keep it positive. Like the whole "let's fire everybody and start over" is not
I
working.
really like that as being I'm guys, I'm not new, but I'm newer than Big Drew here to the Tennessee world. And as somebody used to be on the outside of the Tennessee world, I used to make fun of Tennessee fans for being so negative. Be positive, okay? There's a lot of things going in the right direction.
Carolina boy on the outside looking in, then you moved here and you're like, hey, there's something going on down here.
Well, I mean, but even when I first moved here, I didn't really like Tennessee, and I was always making fun of the fans for being so negative and trying to fire coaches and stuff. But I like that Big Drewski's positive because our sport talk radio around here in Knoxville is always negative shit. So
Connor JM says you're more level-headed than the Bammers on Feinbaum show. The Bammers really reared their ugly head this year. So did the Ohio Staters.
I think the Feinbaum show is losing a lot of traction because it's getting so trashy.
Longbong Silver says, I loved watching you during the football season. Oh, yeah. Once the football season ended, it made me sad because a lot of people kind of disappeared. And it was like, I thought people hated me, but then I just realized like nobody uses TikTok in the off season, I guess. But yes, we will. I mean, we're building to having an even bigger and better year this year. That's why I'm bringing on some of my buddies. So there's a lot of inside jokes that we cover and stuff on here, but I appreciate it. Connor says, got a great show. What do I think the rankings? You said top 20 still.
I think about 21, something like that.
But yeah, I have greatly appreciated you guys. And again, if you're on TikTok, click on the profile to find the link tree. You can find the YouTube and all that other stuff. If not, I'm going to post it on here just so you guys can see it. But bigdrewski.com, I will have a link up soon to all the podcasts and the social media and stuff. But I appreciate it. We go live every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes Casper's on, sometimes he's not. Sometimes we have T Fitty. I've been wanting to bring Joshy Washy on for a little bit, so maybe we'll have him on. But I appreciate you guys for being on here, active, and all that stuff. Look it up to it, or look it up for the podcast, the Little Tangerine Show. If you want to listen back, catch up on all the stuff you missed. Give me about a day or two to edit it, but we'll have it up, rolling, maybe have some videos. So until next time, this is Big Drewski from the Little Tangerine Show with my co-host, with the mostest, Casper the Ghostest down there. If you like racing, check out his podcast. It is called
Caution Flag Contemplations. It can be found on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Stitcher. If they have a podcast, you can find it.
It's everywhere, baby. Hell even yeah. The anti-Drew likes it. But yep, check it out. Until next time, this is Big Drewski and Casper the Ghostess, your hostess with the mostest, and we are out. Thank you guys so much. Peace.
Thank you.